It's time to tee it up and kick it off. It's time for the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. Presented by Hatch Toyota. Sports Zone Radio brings you unmatched coverage of football from around the White Mountains and beyond. No one does it like Sports Zone Radio. And now you can live stream HD video of our broadcast coverage exclusively at sportszone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio mobile app. All part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. Chaz Hatch refuses to lose a deal over $1. Hard-hitting broadcast coverage of White Mountains football is up next. Now let's take you out to the field and join our broadcast team for tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week.
Welcome in, everybody, to tonight's broadcast of the Sports Zone Game of the Week. We welcome you into Lobo Stadium. And that's Hatch Toyota Field out there, where we get set to bring you tonight's big matchup in the 4A East Sky region. The Snowflake Lobos getting set to take on the Poston Butte Broncos. Tonight, it's homecoming for the Lobos. So if you're not here, you're missing out. And there aren't a lot of seats left if you're on the way in. You might find yourself sitting amongst the Bronco fans, the sparse crowd of Bronco fans that have made the trip from the far southeast valley region to come on up to Snowflake for a great night of football. By the way, the weather is gorgeous up here in Snowflake, and we're about ready to go. We're about 5.5 minutes away from kickoff, everybody. Floyd Simmons right here, and my broadcast partner is Byron Brown, B Squared. He joins us here tonight at Snowflake, where the Lobos bring in a 3-2 overall record and a number 22 ranking to take on the more highly ranked Poston Butte Broncos. They are number 18 coming into the game. And the Broncos, well, their record on the season, an even 3-3. Byron, it's 4A region football action tonight here at Lobo Stadium. And for the Snowflake team, they want to try to overcome all of those distractions of homecoming. There was a great parade out here, out in front of the stadium earlier today. Overcome all the distractions of homecoming and try to hold serve at home against a quality opponent.
Yeah, it's always difficult, Floyd, when it's homecoming week. You have all the festivities leading up to the big game. You've got the pep rallies. You've got everybody telling you, hey, what a great game, what a great moment. Man, you guys really got to go out there and beat them, and you should beat them, and all that stuff. But as a player and as the coaches, especially the coaches, you know, during practice, they're trying to tell those guys, hey, I don't care about homecoming, who you're taking to homecoming, what you're doing on homecoming day, on the next day before the dance. We've got a game, and you've got to be here mentally prepared. And that's what the coaching staff of the Lobos have done here tonight. And we'll see if it produces out on the field here tonight for the Snowflake Lobos.
So we know the Lobo coaching staff well. The head coach, Kay Solomon, he was on your screen just a moment ago, and Coach Solomon has already now, in his tenure as the leader of this team, this club, Coach Solomon has already established himself as one of the all-time Snowflake coaching greats, a guy who, by the way, is going to get some consideration at some point in the future for the Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame, which we spent a lot of time talking about today on the Friday Night Football Show. Thank you to Monty Maxwell and to Eric Cox for joining us for the show today. It was great looking back and reminiscing about the legends of football. We also want to thank our good friends at Perkins Cinders. Without Perkins Cinders, we wouldn't be able to do the great presentations that it's our privilege to do and to present the trophies and the acknowledgments of the great legends of the past up here in Northeast Arizona. We'll talk some about that here during our broadcast today. Again, set for the coin toss out on the field. You're taking a look at some of those captains for the Snowflake Lobos getting set to take the field and get to the coin toss with their Poston Butte foes here in this one. Byron, this Lobos team, and you see one of the captains out there walking out wearing jersey number 2. That's Brennan Bryant. And Brennan's, one of the more accurate passers we've seen here in the White Mountains over the past several seasons. He has spent a lot of time in preparing himself for moments like this, a lot of private coaching and training over the years, a lot of money spent getting him ready to be the Lobos quarterback. But this is a team that will do it all equally well. They can throw the ball. They love to run. And when I talked to the head coach on the other side, Dane Thompson, longtime White Mountains guy, he was a Blue Ridge Yellow Jacket football player and coach in the past. The thing that he concerned himself with the most was how good Snowflake's offensive line is. They've got a reputation year in, year out, Byron. This year's no different. That front line is expected to lead the way for the Snowflake team.
Always with the Snowflake Lobos.
We seem to be having a bit of an issue with Byron's microphone. Byron, try it again.
All right. Oh, there we go.
Now you're back.
All right. Sorry. I may have turned myself down. I'm a little high on the
so you were
volume. I was looking for volume.
That's always it right there.
It's the green button.
How's that sound right
you
there?
You never told me that.
You better?
You just said, hey, it's the yellow one or the red one. No.
Yeah,
yeah, that's much better. I appreciate that. Okay. And it always starts up front with the Snowflake Lobos. It always starts up front with the big horses up front. Those are the guys that, we're playing at Hatch Toyota Field. They're like the Hatch Toyota Tundras that they sell, those big trucks out there, the 4x4 pro style. That's the offensive line. That's the beef up front for the Snowflake Lobos, and they always, year in and year out, handle their business, and that's where the difference in most of the games are, especially the offensive game planning. How can we dominate up front with our 5 guys?
And it translates to the defensive side as well, not only because the guys that specialize on offense are testing and playing and preparing the defensive line, but the Snowflake defensive line is also always a treat to watch and very, very good on that side of the ball. So for Snowflake, success for them has always kind of began in the trenches. You want that as a football coach, win the line of scrimmage. You normally win the football game, and the Snowflake team presents that as well tonight.
Well, and something that has happened since Snowflake has moved up to the 4A level, and obviously with more kids, is that they've been able to play one way. We know in the 3A conference that basically you're playing both ways. If you're on the offensive line, you're on the defensive line. But here at Snowflake, they're able to have just offensive linemen and just defensive linemen, and that helps tremendously winning the trenches.
Hey, we're ready to go, everybody. Thanks for joining us for the Sports Zone Game of the Week broadcast presented by Hatch Toyota, part of the Friday Night Football Show. And Snowflake is going to go on offense first. They're going to get the first opportunity. Here's a kick that's fielded deep, fielded at the 5-yard line. And that one is going to go straight up that middle wedge, break it to the outside. Broken tackle there, and a tackle made near the 35-yard line. And the gentleman that got the first touch of the game is Carter Rabin. Carter's gaining a reputation statewide for the quality of play that he is giving the Snowflake Lobos. The junior brings it out, and it's spotted at the 35-yard line. First down, and let's get this thing underway. The game of the week here at Snowflake High School.
Let's get it going, boys. Here we are in a nice run, kickoff return field position at your own 35 instead of the 20. Great run back for the Lobos.
And the senior quarterback, Brennan Bryant, will fake, then give, left side. Canton Turley is the ball carrier. Turley with his first carry of the game. And Canton is a junior. 6'3", 185 is the listing. That's an Eric Dickerson type of body at running back. Snowflake doesn't always have those tall, more lean guys, but Canton is the guy that fits that description. 3-yard gain on that first down carry. It's now second down at 7. Line of scrimmage for Snowflake, their own 40, or rather 38-yard line. They'll give it right side, and Carter Rabin gets his number called this time, and Carter is stopped after a 2-yard gain. Mark him at the 40-yard line.
Well, one of the advantages I think that Poston Butte will have here tonight is Dane Thompson as their coach. He's familiar with White Mountain football. He's familiar with Snowflake and probably the type of offense. Hey, they're always going to try to get your eyes in a different spot, and he's coached his guys this week. You've got to have your eyes set forth on the ball. Don't be looking for the misdirection.
Brock Bjorn is the center. He snaps it to the quarterback. Brennan Bryant hits the crossing route, and there's a speed demon going to work around that left side. A big gain for Peyton Papa, and Snowflake is into Poston Butte territory for the first time today on that huge gain. He was wide open coming on the crossing route, and Byron, he turned the jets on, for the big gain.
Yeah, right there, a little miscommunication in the defense right there. Wide open was Papa coming across on the crossing route. They came with some pressure. Bryant was able to stand in and just deliver a perfect ball to Papa for the big gain.
30 yards the gain on that play. Brings up first down. The flanker out to the right now. A split to the left. Two-man backfield. They'll give it and try the left side. And we'll check for you who carries the ball. And it was Turley on the carry. 3-yard gain for Canton. He takes it to the 27-yard line of the Broncos. And it'll be second down at 7 for Snowflake. That familiar two-man backfield. The flanker right of the formation is Peyton Papa. Man coverage out on that side. Handoff, right side, sealed nicely. And there's Carter Rabin around the corner and into the end zone. Carter Rabin goes to the house. First points of the game on a 27-yard touchdown run.
Great job by the outside tackle and tight end right there that sealed off the outside that allowed Rabin to get to the outside, uses the jets, and Papa was able to drive the cornerback into the inside, and Rabin, once he got to the outside, saw nothing but the end zone.
This packed Snowflake Lobos Stadium here on homecoming, and it's usually packed anyway. Treated to the first points on a great run. 27 yards to pay dirt for Carter Rabin. The point after is blocked. And with 9:58 on the clock, everybody, we welcome you into the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. You look at Carter Rabin again around that right side. There goes Carter. And here come the points. And Snowflake gets up early in this 4A East Sky Region matchup. Let's take a timeout, everybody. Back in a moment with more of the Game of the Week. Stand by.
Win 2 premium tickets to see the King of Entertainment, Mr. Garth Brooks, up close and personal at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. An $8,000 value. Thank you, White Mountains, for all your votes. Naming Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint the best auto glass company in the White Mountains. And right now, when you choose us for your insured windshield replacement, you get to pick from 2 delicious steak dinners at Cattleman's Steakhouse and 2 movie tickets. Or full-service car washes at the KK Express Wash, or a $100 gift certificate for window tint. And right now, your name goes in the hat to be drawn for 2 premium tickets to see Garth Brooks live at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, including a room at Caesars Palace and spending money. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
536-5972, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back.
Everybody, welcome back to the action at Snowflake High School. And the return for Poston Butte, you missed that, but the return is good out to the 19-yard line. It'll be first down at that juncture for Poston Butte. And they'll work early from the shotgun. Jet sweep action, fake it there. The quarterback will take it himself, turn it up on the right side, and run into a whole bunch of those Snowflake Lobo defenders. And carrying the football is the quarterback, Mason Lloyd, on that first carry of the game, a 5-yard pickup.
Floyd, I'm going to say one thing that I haven't seen. This is the first time I've seen it. I didn't see it the last time we played Snowflake versus Sholo. But I like the 42-inch TV on the sideline as they go over and show the linemen exactly what they're doing down there. I like that. I wish we had that back in the day.
Yeah, 42-inch TV, yeah, huge luxury. Lloyd back to throw, near side. Pass is caught with a marker down in the backfield. That'll be first down yardage if it does stand. It'll be out to the 37-ish yard line. And the guy on the receiving end of that pass for Poston Butte, the guy that hauled it in was Najee Wilson. Or Nijay. We'll go with that. Marker down at the 25-yard line. That'll work against Snowflake. Or, nope, that's Poston Butte getting flagged this time. So it'll erase what was a nice early gain. As you see, Peyton Papa put the stop on, but mark it back 5 yards to what was the original line of scrimmage. And here comes second down and 10 for Poston Butte. The give on the veer from shotgun. Or the right side is going to produce, a loss on the play for the Broncos. And that'll be a 2-yard loss. 3rd down and 12 coming up. Was that Ortiz that carried the football?
23.
Michael Whitman was the ball carrier. Well, Whitman had little to no running room there. Snowflake made sure of that. This Lobo defense with the 4-man front that they'll present. Familiar 4-3 base defense the Lobos like to run from. 3rd down and 12. Lloyd trying to set up the screen. He's going to have to take it himself. And he dodges a couple of tacklers. Spins ahead to near the 20-yard line. Right at the 20-yard line is where they'll mark him down. And about a 3-yard gain on that play for Mason Lloyd, the quarterback. It'll bring a 4th down and a ways to go. 4th and about 9. And expect the punt team on for the Broncos.
Nice job up front by the big guys for the Snowflake Lobos. Putting pressure on the quarterback. He was looking for that screen, but they did a great job over here. They sniffed it out, had 3 defenders against it, the Lobos did. Made the quarterback scramble, come up short.
So the quarterback is also the punter, and that the nose won't turn over. It ends up being a tough one to handle, and also dangerously back there tracking it down. The Lobos, well, having a decision to make along the way. It takes a nice bounce. And fortunately for Snowflake, Riker Brimhall back there to receive it didn't. He flirted with disaster, didn't get in too close, and they'll down this one at about the 22-yard line. Snowflake's offense successful the first time they had the football. Back out on the field.
Yeah, last possession, touchdown on the opening possession for the Snowflake Lobos. Nice job of mixing up the run and the pass. Both big plays. Brendan Bryant to Papa for a big play to get into Poston Butte territory, and then the touchdown run by Rabin. See what they do on this offensive series.
2 running backs flanking Brendan Bryant, the quarterback. Canton Turley will get the call, and Canton is going to take it right out to the 30-yard line. So quickly there, an 8-yard pickup for Turley, the younger brother of one Brig Turley that you may have remembered as an outstanding running back for the Snowflake Lobos in years past.
Seems like, and I know you were talking about it on the Friday Night Football show, but a lot of siblings coming through the lineup for the Snowflake Lobos, doing great jobs and having big shadows to follow.
2nd down and short. Bryant has it, fakes it. He wants to throw, looking for Papa, who's in solo coverage on the near side, and he's unable to haul it in, but there was contact. The official says that the defender may have gotten a hand maybe in his chest or up in his face, and one way or the other, that ball is incomplete, but a pass interference call on the way.
Nice ball by Bryant, putting it out into the flat right there, sideline. Only where his receiver can get to. I'm not sure about the pass interference call right there, but he put the ball exactly where it needed to be. It wasn't short. It was only where his receiver could get to. Unfortunately, due to pass interference, the call, they were unable to make the catch.
Terrific pass. Broken up right there on some early contact. I think it was. I saw it as just a split second early, and that made it tough for Papa to haul the pass in. And then another penalty, another 5-yard. No, make it 10. I didn't see the indication on this last. Make it 15. It's a 15-yard.
Well, it's got to be a personal foul.
Step off after they marked the yardage for the pass interference, and just like that, Poston Butte is getting themselves in all kinds of trouble. Momentum for Snowflake with 7:14 on the clock, everybody. By the way, you're listening on Mix 98 KRFM Sholo, the home of Sports Zone Radio. And this Game of the Week broadcast was just brought to you by Hatch Toyota. So after they mark off all the penalty yardage, Snowflake is at the Broncos' 40-yard line with 7:14 on the clock, first quarter. A 6-0 Snowflake lead. And they're going to flip it out to Turley on the right side, and Canton is going to be tackled in the backfield. Nice job by Poston Butte getting there, and Nathan Anderson, the defender, was the first guy on the scene.
Yeah, that play just wasn't going to be successful from the start right there. Poston Butte doing a nice job getting on the outside pressure and just able to really turn that play into a loss.
So a -3 on the play. And 2nd down and 13 for Snowflake. They want to run again. This is Rabin. Rabin is hogtied and wrestled to the ground on the right side. He gets stopped at about the 41-yard line, so we got a couple of those yards back. And there's Alex Miranda, the linebacker, stepping up to make the stop.
Yeah, Poston Butte it's a hybrid defense right here. It's like almost like a 3-3, and then sometimes they step up into a 4-2-5. So it's a 3-3-5, 4-2-5. And right there, the linebacker for Poston Butte, Miranda, just shooting the gap and coming up with a big play.
So 3rd down and 11, look for Peyton Papa, the flanker on the left side. That's where the tight end is, that side of the formation. That's pretty loaded up there. Papa was moving to the line of scrimmage, so he's going to get flagged for what is essentially the equivalent of a false start. That'll be an illegal procedure. Papa turned it up and went into his vertical motion before the snap, and so that'll be a 5-yard penalty on Snowflake.
And that's something that, Floyd, you're very well familiar with, and I think it should be adopted into the outside football game, which is the indoor football league, which is you should get a running start to get to the line of scrimmage. Yeah. I like it. I think we make the game a little bit more interesting right here and take advantage. I mean, we're trying to be an offensive product already, but allow the receivers to have that forward momentum to the line of scrimmage. Take it from the IFL. I like it.
The indoor football league, you get 2 guys in motion toward the line at the snap. You can have them both. And, in fact, they let them get 2 and 3 yards past the line quite often without ever flagging them. Trips to the left for Snowflake and a solo to the right. That's Ezra Baum out right of the formation. And Brian is going to roll left, set his feet, throw back toward the middle, and that's off of Peyton Papa's hands, incomplete. He does like to target Peyton a lot. He'll throw in his direction. Terod Kisto was there helping out make the defensive play and breaking it up for Poston Butte.
Well, Papa was there. It just, I think Brennan threw off his back foot. The ball kind of rose on him. It was a tough catch, even though I will say that when you have 2 hands on it, you got to come down with it. Papa had to go up and get it, but incomplete pass.
So like in wiffle ball, he threw a riser?
Yes.
I got you. I was good at that back in the day. 4th and 15. Here's the punt. Fielded at the 6-yard line. Room to the right side. That's some pretty good speed out there. And before that one can go any further, it's a good return for Jackie Robertson. And I'm not saying it right, am I? Jakai. We got some Poston Butte kids right here with us. They're going to help us with the pronunciation. That's Jakai Robertson on the return, and a good return out to the 32-yard line. So give him 26 on the punt return, and Poston Butte has some decent field position for their next possession.
Yeah, nice job by Robertson right there. He fielded it at his own 10-yard line, but once he got past the 2 first defenders for the Lobos, he had the sideline, and he was able to take advantage.
First down, give it up the middle, and that'll be a stop right at the 41-yard line. And this time the ball carrier was Michael Whitman. Whitman the carry, and he is knocked down after he picked up 9 yards to bring up 2nd down and 1. 5:05 on the clock here in the first quarter. Poston Butte going right to left across your radio dial. Handoff, left side, the cutback, and first down yardage. Ball came out, but it looked to me like he should have been down on contact.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
The linesman from the far side I think he's coming across. The 2 linesmen are going to discuss this. I think they're going to put him at about a 4-yard gain. The ball carrier was Jakai Robertson. Oh, no, that's a live ball, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
That was a fumble.
It was coming out by, I believe it was recovered by Poston Butte. Nope.
Snowflake has it. Snowflake the recovery, and it was indeed a clean fumble. You'll look at it again. Great look from our production team, our broadcast crew. Robertson, a little slippage there, cuts it back, and then it's forced out. Beautifully done. Can't really see who makes the recovery, but I can tell you the guy that forced it out. I think you saw that. The guy that forced it out, Byron, I had it as Gunnar Richards. I happen to know Gunnar.
Gunnar Richards, and you know who else was on that helped make that play right there?
On the scene?
Is Gunnar Greer. He sealed off the outside, and if you saw, Robertson was going to the outside, and he saw Greer, and he cut it back inside, and because of that, caused a fumble.
So if your name is Gunner, you probably
We're in on that play.
came in at the right time.
Exactly.
Yeah. That'll be a first down for Snowflake, and they're going to have the ball in Broncos territory. Dane Thompson, the head coach for Poston Butte, is busy talking with the referee about that whole situation. He doesn't have the benefit of our outstanding replay look that showed the ball clearly live and clearly out for Snowflake, thanks to Gunnar Richards, and a recovery made at the 49-yard line. So the first turnover of the game, Snowflake gets that takeaway. 2 running backs flanking Brendan Bryant, who gives it to Kenton Turley. And he'll bounce it outside, the left side, and he is fighting toward the line to gain. For the first down, he'll come up just a little bit shy and also stayed in bounds. 8-yard gain for Turley, and it'll be second down and a pair coming up.
What you're seeing is great speed by the Lobos. We know that they have very good speed, and they're able to get to the outside the mark, and right there, they're beating the opponent to that spot outside, getting the corner and getting big yardage.
Credit to those big guys up front, and they're making the way for the Snowflake running attack. Papa split right. A quick pass the opposite side. Ezra Baum has the catch, and Ezra's battling his way across the 30-yard line. And we'll see they spot him after a 12-yard gain at about the 29.
Right there.
That's right where they're going to say it.
Sorry, Poston Butte coming in with a blitz right there. Off the right side of the line to Brennan's left, right where that pass was. He saw the blitz there. Ezra was able to sit down in the zone, able to pick up the first down.
Give you some of those names across that front 5. The big boys for Snowflake here in a moment. But I'm going to give them credit. They didn't do as well a job as they normally do there on Carter Ravenscary. He's going to lose yardage. But across that front, I mentioned a moment ago, Brock Bjorn, the center. Ethan Christensen is one of those highly acclaimed offensive linemen for Snowflake. Some of those other guys that are busy opening holes and making the way for the guys. Cody Flake as well up front. Stand by for more acknowledgement here in a moment. 3:15 on the clock, first quarter. Snowflake on the move, and they've got the ball at about the 32-yard line. Canton Turley carries it this time back to the original line of scrimmage. 2-yard gain for Canton, make it 3. They get a 3-yard pickup on the play. It'll be third down and just shy of 10. Well, no, he's back to the original 29-yard line, so third down and 10 coming up for Snowflake.
Right here, probably a passing down right here. And but with the big guys up front, they have, and with Poston Butte rushing about 3 or 4 guys against 5 offensive linemen of the Lobos, they've been doing a great job of getting Bryant plenty of time and opportunity to make those throws.
So you would expect that he's going to throw right here. Papa is the flanker to the right, looking that direction. The hitch, Papa catches, and then he's immediately corralled at the 22-yard line. He'll be well shy of the first down. It'll be fourth down and about 3 right there, Byron. 4 down territory, what are we looking at?
Yeah, it's 4 down territory. You're going for it if you're the Lobo coaching staff. Nice pass right here by Brian. He leads his receiver, Papa, to the sideline away from the defender, where if he is able to turn like he did, he's able to get an extra yard or 2. Nice pass and catch by Bryant and Papa.
And the tackle delivered by, among other guys on the defense, Jerry Beck was there. 4th down and 3. Here's the field goal try. Didn't see this coming. 40-yard try. Well, if Snowflake didn't draw that defensive front, that'll be a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down for Snowflake. And here comes the offense back on the field. Step off the 5, and it was the discipline on offense and the lack of discipline across the defensive front.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they weren't kicking the field goal. They were going to see if they could draw them off sides, get the free 5. Guess what? Poston Butte decided to punch that ticket and say, hey, here's your free 5 yards.
You can have it. A mini Powerball ticket today. What's it, $1.4 billion? Something like that. 17-yard line, that's the set. Bryant looks left. He's looking that way the entire way. Now he'll look the other direction, throw toward the end zone, the open receiver, but a beautiful defensive play to get there and break it up. And the guy that did get there, if I'm not mistaken, there is Michael Whitman. Nope, it wasn't Whitman. It was Jerry Beck. Beck, the guy who busted up the play.
Right there, Brennan looking left, and then all of a sudden he sees his guy right there, and three Poston Butte defenders were chasing, and Beck was able to get there just as the ball hits the hands of his receiver.
So it goes incomplete. Bryant early in the game is 3 out of 5 for 42 yards so far for Snowflake in this first quarter. 1:20 remaining in the period. Here comes the blitz from the right side, the blind side, but Canton Turley is going to carry the ball opposite that action for the defense end. Turley gets it to the 9-yard line. He is short of the first down, but not by much. 8-yard gain for Turley, and they're going to go to the line very quickly. 3rd down and a couple. Approaching the 1-minute mark now here in the first quarter. Snowflake tried to get the defense to jump, almost did. Turley has it. Turley left side. Turley squeezes through, and Canton Turley is in the end zone for a Snowflake touchdown.
Well, they were fortunate right there because I believe the referee was getting ready to throw his flag for false start, but he held it, and Turley was able to get the ball, go inside off tackle, and get into the end zone.
Snowflake, everybody, on the board again. Here with 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Snowflake is going to try to tack the point on here. The kick is up. It's a good-looking kick, and it does sneak it through the left side, that left upright. The kick provided by Sam Brown as we grab a timeout, everybody. What a start for Snowflake here on homecoming. 13-0 over Poston Butte in the first quarter. This is the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota.
If there's one player on the field that outperforms the rest, it's Perkins Cinders. Like any all-star, they put in the hard work by sourcing, sorting, and delivering all things dirt. Concrete materials, gravel, cinders, topsoil, mulch, and more. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders will help you score that huge win with your project. Serving the entire White Mountains at PerkinsCindersInc.com. Get a load of this.
Kick for Snowflake fielded by Poston Butte, and this is going to come back to about the 16-yard line. Nice hit there on special teams, and the Lobos bring the defense out here with 43.3 seconds remaining in the first period.
Poston Butte Broncos on their own 16-yard line.
I tell you what, for the first quarter, that went by pretty quickly. I think that's just because there's not a lot of flags and a lot of play being played out on the field.
Our scoreboard graphic shows 32 seconds. We're actually about 11 more seconds than that here remaining in the quarter, everybody. The give right side. And then the tackle out of bounds by Snowflake. Carrying the football was Ja'Kai Robertson. And he gets knocked out right at about the 20-yard line. And we'll see what the gain ends up being. 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. 4-yard pickup on the play. Looked like Snowflake defensively got the services of Andrew Bentley out there on that far side making the tackle. Give up the middle to the fullback. The quick hitter is good to the 30-yard line. That's a nice little pickup. And I do think maybe the first time Jalen Brooks, I think that's his first time carrying the ball today for Poston Butte. His carry for 10 yards and a first down, and that's going to wrap up the opening quarter of action here tonight on the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota, everybody. 13-0, Snowflake leads Poston Butte on homecoming for the Lobos. We're back with the second quarter right after this.
This is a special savings announcement from Hatch Toyota in Show Low. All new Toyotas have got to go, including 2024 models, and that means big savings for you. Save an extra $1,000 on all new Toyotas. But that's not all. Bring in your trade and receive an extra $1,000 off our written quote. And here's the kicker. Drive payment free for the rest of the year. No payments until January 2024. Hatch Toyota in Show Low is where the action is. Or HatchToyota.com, because these deals won't last forever.
When exactness is ordered, Hatch Concrete will deliver. We provide ready-mix concrete for any size job, from the do-it-yourself project to the professional construction project, delivering a variety of aggregate to suit your concrete or construction needs from granite to cinders. Hatch Concrete is not just another ready-mix concrete company. We provide quality service, quality concrete, concrete pumping, and Fox blocks where quality is not just a name, but a tradition. At Hatch Concrete, this mud's for you.
Back to the action. Welcome back in. Football fans, welcome into the iconic Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. And our game of the week is presented by Hatch Toyota. Tonight, the Sports Zone bringing you Snowflake's homecoming, taking on the Poston Butte Broncos. Floyd Simmons, along with B-Squared, Byron Brown on the call. And the give goes for right at 2 yards. 2 yards the pickup. They'll peel everybody up off that hole. Off the pack, off the pile, and Jalen Brooks is the guy that got the carry for a 2-yard gain for the Broncos.
Well, a big first quarter for the Snowflake Lobos. On 2 out of 3 offensive possessions, able to drive down and get touchdowns off of those. Did a nice job, mix of pass and run. You like that balance by the offense of the Lobos in that first quarter.
And the quarterback's going to carry himself this time, and not successfully so. Huge defensive play. The guy that made the stop, Gavin Hall. And, of course, the quarterback, Mason Lloyd, he was rudely met right there. 2-yard loss. Back to the original line, 3rd down and 10.
Well, when you say rudely, you're just talking big nice. I mean, you got a little WWE action right there by Gavin Hall, grabbing him and just tossing him like a loaf of bread.
Like a loaf of bread?
Like a loaf of bread. Have you ever tossed a loaf of bread?
Do you toss loaves of bread very often, Byron?
Absolutely.
I don't like this 15 green bread. Open receiver, pass is caught. That'll go into Snowflake territory, and the tackle is made at the 43-yard line of Snowflake. That's a big pickup. That should be good for 27 yards, and it is. Mark him at the Lobo 43-yard line. On the receiving end was Ja'Kai Robertson. He got wide open right behind the linebacker.
Well, he got pressure from up front, and then Robertson just got behind the linebackers right there and was able to get the first down, and maybe possibly Lobos once again got away with a penalty, maybe with a face mask.
So a first down for Poston in Snowflake territory. Want to say hello to Chris Walter out there watching and listening to the broadcast. He had some comments about these coaches as the receiver for Poston falls down in his route trying to break to the outside. Chris said 2 great coaches coaching 2 great teams. And then says, let's go Poston, though. I don't know you, Chris, but I agree with the sentiment. The head coach for Snowflake, who was an original Snowflake Lobo, Kay Solomon, multiple championships now for Coach Solomon. He has done a fantastic job just changing the entire culture here at Snowflake in the football program. And they are just a model for the rest of the state. And on the other side, Dane Thompson. I mean, we just love Dane Thompson on the Friday Night Football Show. We've known him for so long. Got a chance to visit him as we watched a tackle made on the ball carrier, Jalen Brooks. He didn't get much, maybe a yard out of it. Talked to Coach Thompson before the game for a while, Byron, and asked him about his team and what they'll do. He said, listen, you're going to see all kinds of Blue Ridge Yellow Jacket stuff. He said, I still run the wing tee. I like to do all that kind of stuff. We're going to run veer. We'll go under center and run veer a lot. It's if you remember Blue Ridge football from back in the day, Coach Thompson running a lot of that stuff and there it is. There's your wing tee action where they give to the fullback up the middle, and that's going to be a great gain inside the 25-yard line. How about the gain on that play? Michael Whitman, the carry.
Well, Floyd, you talk about the wing tee and going up the middle right there. That's been their best play here in the first half. They've had 3 runs up the middle and 3 huge gains up with those runs.
And that was Michael Whitman for the 19-yard carry. Handoff again the right side. There's a break to the outside and a race to the corner for the touchdown. Ja'Kai Robertson taking it 23 yards. No flags down, and Poston Butte has their first points of the game.
Yeah, that was just a defensive lapse on the Lobos by the cornerback on the side, right there on the left side where Robertson was trying to get to the outside. He took a path inside, got blocked, allowed Robertson to use that speed, get to the outside, to the end zone.
So you knew the Broncos weren't going to be held silent for too long, and now they're going to go for 2. And that will be successful. They just walled off on the right side, got a numerical advantage out there with the blockers, and Michael Whitman was untouched for the 2 points. And it's now 13-7. Snowflake still in front, but Poston on the board. And we are going to grab us a timeout, everybody. Stand by. Stand by. Oh, the score is 8. 13-8. Stand by. More first half action coming up in a moment. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Stand by.
Win 2 premium tickets to see the king of entertainment, Mr. Garth Brooks, up close and personal at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. An $8,000 value. Thank you, White Mountains, for all your votes. Naming Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint the best auto glass company in the White Mountains. And right now, when you choose us for your insured windshield replacement, you get to pick from 2 delicious steak dinners at Cattleman's Steakhouse and 2 movie tickets. Or full-service car washes at the KK Express Wash, or a $100 gift certificate for window tint. And right now, your name goes in the hat to be drawn for 2 premium tickets to see Garth Brooks live at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, including a room at Caesars Palace and spending money. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
536-597. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass cashback. Woohoo!
That's Carter Raymond on the return for Snowflake, and a first down coming up. The line of scrimmage is in the vicinity of the 21 or 22-yard line for the Lobo offense, leading this game 13-8. Total offense right now for Snowflake, 110 yards of offense. They produced the 2 touchdowns that give them this lead early on in the game. Poston Butte has posted 103 yards. So Byron, these 2 teams virtually identical in the total offense count, at least to this point of the game.
Well, and you see it on the scoreboard. I mean, it's 13-8. It's pretty close right there. There's no big discrepancy. 2 teams battling it out here tonight.
And what's the difference? The difference is the 1 turnover that Snowflake has. They've gotten the takeaway. Here comes a run to Carter Rabin, and it's played nicely on the edge for perhaps even a loss on the play. The defensive back on the near side, Anthony Armenta. In fact, he did drop him for a 2-yard loss back to the 20-yard line. So it's now 2nd down and 12 for the Lobos.
Yeah, Armenta doing a nice job. We talked about the speed of the Lobos getting to the outside, but Armenta was able to take a quicker path to the running back right there and threw him down for a loss. TFL.
Tackle for loss. Even I know what that means. Byron?
I know.
Will wonders never cease. 8:14 on the clock, second quarter. Snowflake in front by 5. Throw the hitch. Pass is caught by Baum. Nice move to gain the extra yardage. He put a terrific move on Tristan Wenta, who is the defender on that side of the field. And that'll be a first down. How about a gain of 13? Needed 12. Got 13 for that young receiver for the Lobos. Ezra Jr., 6'2", 190. You like those numbers, don't you, those dimensions? Handoff, and that'll go across the 35-yard line for a gain of 3 on the play. Carter Rabin the carry.
Yeah, every now and then Snowflake Lobos decide to speed it up right there. After that first down, they wanted to get back to the line of scrimmage, get a playoff real quickly. And absolutely, you got to like those numbers on that gentleman.
You like to have targets like that on the outside.
That's right, absolutely.
Makes your job just that much easier. 7.5 minutes left in the first half. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report at the break. Fake it, give it. Canton Turley escaping a tackler down the sideline, and he uses an interesting hand swipe at the end. I've never really seen that particular finish. I've seen straight arms, stiff arms a lot, but an interesting finish right there by Canton to get the yardage.
Yeah, nice job. Eluding the defender in the backfield, then getting out to the outside, and again using the hand slap to the helmet.
That's a little embarrassing. You get slapped like that in the middle of a game, okay?
That's right. Again, another WWE move right there.
You can't be getting slapped like that. 12-yard gain, by the way. It's a first down. Shy of midfield. Ball at the 48-yard line. 4-man defensive front for Poston Butte. Fake it to Rabin. Throw to Ezra Baum, left side. And a flag comes out because Ezra's right hand was grabbed right at the end by the defensive back. He was trying to stay. Ezra got the nice move, made a nice move at the line of scrimmage to get a step. But Tristan Wenta is going to be guilty of the pass interference call.
That was a PI right there on Poston Butte, and give credit to the defensive back, because as they teach you at the next level is if you're going to get beat for a touchdown, take the penalty.
Yeah, even if it's not a touchdown, if it's going to be a 25, 30-yard gain, okay, the 15-yard penalty is a little easier to swallow, and that's what Snowflake gets out of it. They are at the Poston 37-yard line. Fake it, throw after the pump fake down the right side, and that is going to be a no call with a lot of hand fighting and contact there. The ball hung up, and it was a little short. The receiver had to stop for it, and in the process, Peyton Papa had the defender. I mean, he was just right there. That was a good defensive play. Stayed with Peyton the whole way, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Beck. He did exactly what you're supposed to do. Stayed with the receiver, had him within, and you just kind of, you're not like grabbing the jersey, but you're just kind of feeling where he's at. And the main thing was he was looking for the ball. As long as you're doing that, you're okay.
I got a comment to add to that here in a moment on high school rules as far as that goes. 2nd down and 10. The ball is at the 37-yard line. Turley in the backfield with Brendan Bryant. They give it to Turley. He's got a great opening through the middle. Look at him pick his way forward. And another great gain coming together. Flag is down. I think somebody got a face mask, a piece of the face mask there at the end of it. So we'll see if this 15-yard run stands for Turley. I believe it will, and then some with penalty yardage added. Among the guys leading the way up front, Mason Reedhead was way out in front throwing a great block to help spring Turley for the gain. They're going to wave it off, and it'll stand as a 14-yard gain as we relook at the spot of the football. 14-yard pickup.
There was no touch of the face mask. I don't know if he thought, you have a horse collar in the back, and he kind of grabbed the front like a horse collar, but they don't call it a horse collar if you're grabbing him from the back and throwing him down. So I think that's why they waved it off, say, hey, that's just a normal tackle.
Hey, by the way, as far as covering receivers go, listen, you are allowed to do everything. Face guard, all this kind of, as long as you don't touch the receiver, the defensive back can do anything they want to distract the receiver or get in their way. You just got to make sure that you don't touch that guy. Here's an incomplete pass to Ezra Baum, thrown just behind him, and that'll go harmlessly for the incomplete pass and bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 23-yard line. And now they're going to move it back a yard and make it at the 24. So Snowflake will have an extra yard to try and pick up the first down here.
Just trying to, get the
they're going to respot it.
There you go.
Back to the 23. Good job by the umpire. Good job. Give him some credit out there. Correcting the minor mistake, minor as it was. 2nd down play for Snowflake. 3 receivers to the right, but Canton Turley is going to carry it, and he lowers it. Deposits a defender right there in the middle of the field, and then gains 11 yards on his way to a Snowflake first down.
Well, that's Riley Campbell that just took a Mack truck delivering Perkins Cinders right there by the running back for the Snowflake Lobos.
Well, that was a pad level issue, wasn't it?
That was.
It was who was going to get the pads the lower, and then that 6'3" running back, Canton Turley, he showed you he can do some limbo, can't he?
Yes, he can.
He was down there. And the ball to the 12-yard line now for Snowflake. They are marching with 5:50 remaining here in the first half. Low snap. Bryant picks it up. Turley has the ball, and Turley is going to get knocked down at the 8-yard line. Gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6.
Again, you got to like the offensive system right now by the Snowflake Lobos, by the head coaching staff of the Lobos. They're doing a great job of mixing up, having offensive balance. You always want to have offensive balance. You never want to have, where you have a quarterback attempting 50 passes and only running the ball 10 times. You want to have balance, and you're seeing it here tonight with the Lobos.
Nothing tricky, nothing complicated, is there? I mean, they're just kind of running straight ahead stuff, and it's working for Snowflake. 2nd down and 6. Shotgun. Bryant. Man in motion left to right, and Bryant's going to throw. Chased out of the pocket, throws it, and he threw it away. That's incomplete. He threw it in a spot where the defenders couldn't get to it, didn't have many options, and he saved the loss on a potential sack by throwing that one away.
Yeah, that's a smart decision right there by Bryant of the Lobos right there. Instead of taking a loss, having it 3rd and very long, just get rid of it, leave yourself in a 3rd and short situation. Smart decision by Bryant.
Brennan so far in the first half, 4 of 9 for 55 yards. And a 3rd down and 6 for this Lobo offense. Turley, the runner flanking Bryant to his left. Give it to Turley up the middle. Runs right into one of those defensive linemen who went unblocked. Straight up the middle. Or was that the linebacker, Alex Miranda, who got there first? Either way, it was Miranda or it was Michael Collins. One way or the other, it was a brick wall.
All I know is that Turley got his Miranda rights read to him on that play.
Sounds like something. And by the way, minus 2 yards on that last play. Sounds like a guy who is familiar with his Miranda rights. Spoken with conviction, Byron Brown. Here comes a 27-yard field goal try for Snowflake. Looks pretty good, and it is good. Just snuck in the right upright for the Lobos. They get points out of it, and that's a success. Sam Brown for the 27-yard field goal for Snowflake. 4:15 remaining here in the first half. On the way to the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. Take a timeout here. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
Team at Beeman Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beeman Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beeman Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beeman Well Drilling.
What's your style? Classic, farmhouse, yeehaw, antique, contemporary, European, bonjour. The Furniture Gallery, located in Snowflake, are the experts to not only help you discover what makes you, you, but they'll do it with your budget in mind. The Furniture Gallery doesn't just sell furniture. They help you turn a house into a home where families laugh and celebrate, share a meal, and create lasting memories. At the Furniture Gallery, they'll do whatever it takes to make you a customer for life.
When exactness is ordered, Hatch Concrete will deliver. We provide ready-mix concrete for any size job, from the do-it-yourself project to the professional construction project, delivering a variety of aggregate to suit your concrete or construction needs from granite to cinders. Hatch Concrete is not just another ready-mix concrete company. We provide quality service, quality concrete, concrete pumping, and Fox blocks where quality is not just a name, but a tradition. At Hatch Concrete, this mud's for you.
And we're back, everybody, after the Poston Butte kick return. They've got the ball thrown 18-yard line. And the give goes up the middle. Well, Byron, you talked about that play, the little quick hitter to the fullback. That's been working. Didn't work as well that particular time, a 3-yard gain on first down.
Not the big gain that they wanted, but again, it's setting up for their other options out of that formation, but still getting 3 yards.
Ja'Kai Robertson, the ball carrier on that first down play for the Broncos. Now 2nd down at 7. The ball now across the 20-yard line, about the 22. Here's Robertson again. And he'll get knocked down in the vicinity of the 25-yard line. So they spot him right there. And it's a 4-yard pickup that time, 3rd down and 3.
Good pursuit by the Lobos outside because he had a little opening and a blocker out front, but the Lobos were able to defend it well and bring him down for a short gain.
2 men in the backfield. Mason Lloyd hasn't thrown a lot today. Wants to throw this time. He's able to elude one tackler, then took a massive hit on the sideline. And delivering the big blow right there was JoJo Lerma, the junior. Playing a little bit, looked a little bigger than 5'6", 155 the way he came in and delivered that big hit on Lloyd. And he only got out of that game, by the way, only got a yard, so it's 4th down and 2 coming up.
Well, some may think this is a big decision, but I don't know how your punter is, but you definitely punt the ball in this situation here. You don't give the team the opportunity to take it in their own territory.
Well, the offense is going to line it up. Mason Lloyd, the quarterback, runs his team out of the I formation. Long snap count. Are they going to try to draw the defense? It appears that that's what they're trying to do. And then a timeout taken. which will leave 2 for Poston Butte. Yeah, let's see if Snowflake would take the bait. The Lobos uninterested in the chum in the water, forcing the timeout.
They say, hey, we practice this all the time. We practice against our offense and our field goal unit. We're not going to bite.
Not today, anyway. 13-8. 13-8 our score. Snowflake in front of Poston Butte with 2:53 remaining in the first half. On the way to our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report, we'll take a look at these numbers here in the game. And Snowflake has done a good job. You know, it's not the high-scoring, high-output, high-octane kind of performance in this first half that some might have hoped. But the main thing, Byron, is against a tough opponent, you maintain your advantage, and Snowflake is taking care of business here at home with a 16-8 lead right now. A couple of touchdowns, field goal as well. 4th down and 2. And Dane Thompson has his punt team engaged. And Carter Rabin, I believe, is the guy back deep to return. He's going to get a chance. That's not Carter. It hits at the 50. Snowflake, one way or the other, is going to have great field position. It should be spotted at the 49. That's where I do believe that's where the Snowflake's offense is going to take it over. Back to return that punt was Riker Brimhall, but didn't get a chance. And with 2:44, there was all kinds of time and 3 timeouts. Snowflake has, on a short field, 51 yards, and that guy at quarterback, Brendan Bryant, that's all the time in the world the Lobos need to get points on the board.
Yeah, the Lobos with Brendan Bryant behind there, they don't need much time. 2:44, 51 yards to go. See what offensive balance, offensive play calling they have here toward the end of the second quarter.
They like to run the football. Don't really see the necessity of throwing the football because, again, 2:44 is a lot of time. Bryant may have been a mix-up in the backfield. Brennan turns it up, has to run it himself. No gain on Brendan Bryant's first carry of the game.
I think Bryant didn't quite catch the snap right there, bobbled it. I think it was going to be a run, but he didn't have it quite there. Turley, by the time Bryant was able to control the football, Turley had already gone past. Bryant said, hey, you know what? I'm just going to dive forward and make sure I try to minimize my loss.
Back to the line of scrimmage then, the 49-yard line. Snowflake sets it up. Clock counting down. Will be under 2 minutes momentarily. Handoff to Carter Rabin. Rabin will try the middle, and he gets upended right there. Nathan Anderson helped lead the way defensively for the Bronco defense, and a 3-yard pickup on the play. 3rd down and 7 for Snowflake.
Well, we talked about some familiarity early on. Right here, when the Lobos go to a spread offense, when they go trips, receivers one way or the other, it's a run design. Let's see if they're going to pass out of this. Kind of throw Poston Butte a little try a little mystery here.
And they are throwing with those 3 receivers on the right, but the wheel comes out of the backfield, and it's caught by Kenton Turley. Down the sideline he goes, inside the 20-yard line, and he'll go out of bounds at the 17 for a big Snowflake gain.
You knew the pass was coming, you just didn't know where. Where was it going to go? And right there on the wheel route to Turley, nice job by Bryant. Just able to float the pass over the defender's head right into the waiting arms of Turley for a big gain.
35 yards. That's how big that gain was. Carter Rabin met in the backfield, and Miranda is right there and summarily dumps him after a loss on the play. Alex Miranda just unblockable at times here so far in the first half, and he's able to make that a tackle for loss. The TFL that you referred to, Byron, a moment ago. See, I've got it down. It's -1 on the play.
Well, I'm impressed that you even know what TFL is.
I'm good with abbreviations. I need some TLC from time to time. I'm good with that one. Here's the fake. Throw left. Bryant throwing into double coverage and throwing his first interception of the game. That'll be caught. I'm looking for flags. No, that's going to stand. That's an interception. And that'll stop the Snowflake scoring threat. And the guy that came down with it was Tristan Wenta. Tristan Wenta. Double coverage was dangerous. And however, the receiver on that side, believe that was Papa, if you throw it up and make it more of a jump ball, Peyton probably has the advantage right there, but it was a little too long.
But that route was not a jump ball situation. It was a route where Papa was supposed to go toward the corner of the end zone, but it was well defended by Poston Butte. But one of the things I will say is Snowflake had 3 timeouts, correct? They never called a timeout, and the clock was churning. And I think they kind of got in a hurry and kind of panicked a little bit.
Handoff up the middle, and that'll be a nice pickup. How about 15 yards on this play straight up the middle? And let's see, was that Reginald? No,
that was number 24.
Jalen Brooks, sorry about that. 15 yards the gain and a timeout taken by Poston Butte. They want to try to see if they can do something with the final 23.5 seconds here of the second quarter.
Right, they got a big run, and now all of a sudden, okay, you're at your own 35. Hey, we've got some timeouts. They got 1 left. Maybe see what we can do. Get into. I'm not sure how good their field goal kicker is, but maybe get in the field goal kicking situation for Poston Butte. And again, I go back to that last offensive series for the Snowflake Lobos. I know you're trying to take time down, but in some instances, I think you just got to call the timeout and get everybody settled. And I think right there, when they started that play, it was at least with 47, 50 seconds left. By the time they snapped the ball, it was down to like 35 seconds. And I think you're just, as a player, you're like, dude, we need to get this going. Go, go, go. And so that's what happens, and Brennan ends up throwing the interception.
Let's give a station identification, everybody. Mix 98 KRFM Sholo. If you're listening on radio across the White Mountains, well, this is the broadcast home for Sports Zone Radio. That would be KRFM. Here's the pass, caught left side, and the little hook and ladder, which is going to work to perfection. Too much speed around the left side, and Ja'Kai Robertson will take the flip and go to the house to put points on the board here to close out this first half. How about Poston Butte with the little bag of tricks and the long touchdown?
Well, it is the month of October, and what happens at the end? It's Halloween, and there it is right there. There's the little Halloween party trick by Poston Butte, the hook and ladder, and the Snowflake Lobos bit all the way they can, and wide open for Robertson down the sideline to get to the end zone.
Am I going to say this right? Was that Nijay? Nijay Wilson. Nijay catches the hitch, flips it to Robertson for the touchdown. Now, there's going to be some discussion here that we'll have with our statistician as to who gets the credit for the yardage on that. We're going to decide, because I know what we used to do in that. I've run that play way back in my younger days, and it was always the receiver that got the yardage on that.
No, it's the Robertson.
On that, well, we're gonna discuss that here in just a little bit. Figure out who's gonna get it all. Who's gonna get it all? So what do you call it then? What kind of yardage are you gonna give it? Receiving yardage because he didn't make a catch?
No. The receiving yardage goes to Nijay.
Okay.
And then basically from wherever he caught the pitch,
about 60 yards worth of
yardage. Then he gets the rushing yards of 60 yards.
Rushing yards. No, I'm not going to buy that. I'm not buying that one.
Okay, well, I'm just saying that, if you go to NFL, college papers, everything else, they do it that way.
Rushing
and they
yardage.
say, hey, it's a receiving, caught.
You know what I think it is?
To the rushing.
I actually think it's passing yardage, which is a different category altogether at the college and NFL level. Total team passing yardage. Okay?
Okay.
As far as it goes here, we're going to probably end up giving that to the receiver. Although, I don't know. It's how do you reconcile it?
Does the receiver get credit for the touchdown?
He does not, does he? No, he doesn't. But what do you call it? A receiving touchdown or a rushing touchdown? See, there's, by the way, Snowflake stopping the two-point try to keep this at a two-point Snowflake advantage with 12 seconds remaining in the first half. I don't know. Let's see. We've got our chat section open on the YouTube broadcast, okay, and I'm looking at it right here. Anybody out there want to tell us how you would assess the stats on that? Anybody? What do you guys think, huh? Poston Butte guys. Who gets the – obviously the catch goes to Wilson, right? He gets a catch. All right, but who gets the yardage after this whole thing? Who do you think coach is going to give it to? Ja'Kai? What kind of yardage? Rushing yardage.
See?
Going to call that a handoff.
See?
Going to call that a handoff.
Thank you, guys.
I don't know. I think you slipped these guys I think you slipped them a $10 bill or something when I wasn't looking. What do you guys think out there, huh? How are we going to assess? How are we going to give the stats? Here's the kick fielded at the 3-yard line. Rabin trying to get to the outside, but he is going to get hogtied and brought down. The forward progress will take him out to about the 18-yard line. Snowflake will have 3 seconds. 3 seconds. They'll probably just take a knee, right?
You should.
You should.
You should. I will say that you should.
Maybe they want to run the hook and ladder.
But also, I don't agree with going on 4th and 2 from your own 31. But a lot of coaches do. Not high school, but college and pros.
Yeah.
And it sometimes catches up to them.
They're going to take the knee and go into halftime. And what a game we got going on for you right here in Snowflake, everybody. Lobo Stadium, the site. That's Hatch Toyota Field down there on the field. And homecoming for Snowflake, a jam-packed hometown crowd here for the Lobos. We've had some great pyrotechnics. The fireworks show after a lot of the action here tonight in Snowflake. This is what it's all about. And a beautiful, beautiful night, by the way. Temperatures are gorgeous for a football game here in Snowflake, everybody. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and 10 halftime report is on the way in a moment. Snowflake leads Poston Butte 16-14. Stand by for more of the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota.
This is a special savings announcement from Hatch Toyota in Show Low. All new Toyotas have got to go, including 2024 models, and that means big savings for you. Save an extra $1,000 on all new Toyotas. But that's not all. Bring in your trade and receive an extra $1,000 off our written quote. And here's the kicker. Drive payment free for the rest of the year. No payment until January 2024. Hatch Toyota in Show Low is where the action is. Or HatchToyota.com, because these deals won't last forever.
When exactness is ordered, Hatch Concrete will deliver. We provide ready-mix concrete for any size job, from the do-it-yourself project to the professional construction project, delivering a variety of aggregate to suit your concrete or construction needs from granite to cinders. Hatch Concrete is not just another ready-mix concrete company. We provide quality service, quality concrete, concrete pumping, and Fox blocks where quality is not just a name, but a tradition. At Hatch Concrete, this mud's for you.
Every home has a story to tell, and your furniture sets the stage. From classic to contemporary, farmhouse to European, the Furniture Gallery will match your taste with the perfect centerpiece or accent. Make each room in your home a place to gather, connect, and create lasting memories. The Furniture Gallery doesn't just sell furniture. They deliver comfort, quality, and unparalleled customer service. The Furniture Gallery, located in Snowflake, helps make a house a home, and they'll do whatever it takes to make you a customer for life.
Whoa! Did you see Cellular One's affordable connectivity plan now comes with a 100 gigabyte hotspot?
We can stream for days.
Yes, that's right. The Cellular One ACP plan now includes 100 gigabytes of LTE data. Use it as a hotspot every month in addition to unlimited data on your smartphone. Tribal land residents on government assistance programs can access the free ACP plan, including those enrolled in WIC, SNAP, Lifeline, Pell Grants, and Medicaid. Get your free ACP plan at any Cellular One store today. ACP is a government benefit program and customers must qualify. Some restrictions apply. Limited time only, non-transferable. Limited to one line per household.
When words are just not enough, to celebrating an everlasting love or brightening your home with a splash of color, the Bloomhouse Floral Design Shop in Pine Top is your floral design partner. Beautiful spring blooms are ready for grab and go. Want to deliver flowers often but don't want the hassle of trying to remember? Bouquet subscriptions are now available. The Bloomhouse, open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturday from 10 until 4, is dedicated to bringing the beauty of nature to all.
We get it. The last thing you probably want is a trip to the hospital. But the first thing you should consider is where you'll receive the best healthcare experience. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, we strive to be the community's preferred healthcare provider. Need a home doctor visit, a wellness appointment, or to utilize the latest CT and MRI technology? Our professionally trained staff will care for you with empathy and purpose. White Mountain Regional Medical Center is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Win 2 premium tickets to see the King of Entertainment, Mr. Garth Brooks, up close and personal at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. An $8,000 value. Thank you, White Mountains, for all your votes. Naming Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint the best auto glass company in the White Mountains. And right now, when you choose us for your insured windshield replacement, you get to pick from 2 delicious steak dinners at Cattleman's Steakhouse and 2 movie tickets, or full-service car washes at the KK Express wash or a $100 gift certificate for window tint. And right now, your name goes in the hat to be drawn for 2 premium tickets to see Garth Brooks live at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, including a room at Caesars Palace and spending money. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
536-597. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cashback. Woohoo!
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
Hey everybody, welcome back in. Welcome to Snowflake Lobo Stadium and the homecoming matchup tonight for the Lobos as they take on the Poston Butte Broncos. And it's been a good first half. Hold on a second. I'm just looking through some various and sundry things. Let's confirm that. Get rid of all that. And let's bring you back. Thanks for joining us, whether you're joining us on the radio at Mix 98, KRFM across the White Mountains, our radio coverage, or our live video stream presentation on our Sports Zone Radio Facebook and YouTube channels. Thanks for being out there. Welcome into the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. Floyd Simmons along with B-Squared Byron Brown. So, Byron, here's how we have determined it. Thank you, by the way, to Greg Chavez. Was it Greg Chavez? Greg Chavez Jr., who gave us the link?
Correct.
To look it up? Okay.
Yes.
Who's, by the way, Greg Chavez Jr., whose son, Seth Chavez, is currently working his way up through the minor league program of the Tampa Bay
Rays.
Devil Rays.
No, Rays.
The Rays, pardon me on
Rays.
that. My bad. I got ASU Sun Devils on my mind here. Anyway, Seth Chavez, we certainly hope that things are going well for Seth. I've seen some of the social media posts that the young man is making, and it does look like he is having the time of his life, okay? So best wishes to Seth as he continues to advance as a professional baseball player. Meanwhile, thank you, Greg Chavez. We looked up the link. So here's what we're doing. The catch a moment ago on that touchdown for Poston Butte to close out the half, the catch was made by Nijay Wilson. Nijay gets 7 yards. He gets a reception at 7 yards. He flipped it back on the hook and ladder to his teammate, Ja'Kai Robertson, who, using the great speed that he possesses, was able to race to pay dirt for the final 58 yards. He is going to get 58 receiving yards, but not a reception.
Right.
Okay, because only one reception on the play.
Correct.
He is also going to get a receiving touchdown because he scored a touchdown.
There you go.
On the play, and that's how we're going to divide it up. And the quarterback, by the way, Mason Lloyd, he gets one pass completion. It's a touchdown, and it's good for 65 yards.
That's right.
There's your touchdown. There's how it's all settled, everybody. And we bring you back into halftime. Floyd Simmons along with B-Squared Byron Brown. Well, Snowflake got up early and scored the first 2 touchdowns of the game. And it started to look like the Lobos might have their way with Poston Butte. But then the next 2 touchdowns belonged to Poston Butte. Along the way, Snowflake added a 27-yard field goal. And that's how they get to 16. That touchdown right there to close out the half for Poston Butte. Their second score of the game makes it 16-14. Snowflake in front here on homecoming. Well, great atmosphere, Byron. And if you are Coach Solomon, his staff, what are your takeaways from the first half?
Well, I think you're fairly happy if you're Coach Solomon. Now we know that if we asked him, he's not going to be happy. But I think you have to be happy, one, that you're going into halftime up 16-14. You've had some success in the first half with your offense. You have offensive balance. You're doing a great job between running and throwing the ball. And really, for me, it was just the clock management at the end of that second quarter toward halftime. Again, you have 3 timeouts. You're not calling anything. When you called the play upon which the interception happened, I believe there's like about 50 seconds left. By the time you snapped it, it's 35 seconds. And I know as a coach, you're like, hey, no problem. But when you're playing the game, you're kind of thinking, oh, my gosh, I got to get going. And so I think that is what happened on that play right there, and it caused an interception in the end zone, a turnover. And then Poston Butte was able to come out, get a successful first run on the series, and they came out with a little magic on the hook and ladder. And I think right now, if you're Kate Solomon, Coach Solomon, you're just saying, hey, look, it's really one play. It's that hook and ladder. We bit hard, and that allowed them to get to the, within 2. But guys, we're doing a great job defensively and offensively. I think you're really just happy. It's basically one turnover and one magic play.
Byron, if I'm not mistaken, Snowflake took 3 timeouts into halftime, didn't they?
Yes.
They had all their their timeouts left at the end of the half, and when the interception was made, it was right at about a half a minute remaining in that first. And they just had the opportunity if they wanted to take it, call timeout, diagram your best play in the situation, and then go at it. Instead, they got to the line of scrimmage quickly, ran a play, and the play, Poston Butte was, they were all over it. They were in a prevent-type defense, and they had a safety over there helping the corner. You had bracket coverage on Peyton Papa, and the ball was just a little bit too long for Peyton to get to. Interception ends the threat right there. So not a lot of mistakes made by the Snowflake Lobos. One you would like to have back.
Well, and let's be honest, in all fairness, it equals out, right? Snowflake was able to cause a turnover. The defense, basically by midfield, they created a fumble. They were able to go down and score. And guess what? They were very even when it was 13-8. At halftime, at 16-14, I bet the yardage is fairly even. And it's all due to, and the turnovers are even.
We're going to take a look at that here in just a moment, everybody. I want to remind you that our next broadcast coverage will be next Friday night at Lobo Stadium. The Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets right now in a tie, at least in the loss column, a tie with the Round Valley Elks at the top of the 3A East region. Well, they're going to take on a very tough opponent that took Round Valley to the very brink before the Elks were able to come away with a victory at the Dome the week before last, and that was the Payson Longhorns. Payson had the lead late, and it was a late touch. It was 3-0 until the final moment of that game, Byron, and then finally Round Valley scored a touchdown to get a 7-3 victory, very low-scoring game, and a victory over the Payson Longhorns. An opportunity lost for the Longhorns, and then last night on Thursday night football action, the Round Valley Elks, they traveled to Safford, and there was a last-second field goal converted by Safford. Short field, 19-yard field goal in the final seconds of that game. And Safford ended up beating Round Valley 24-21 last night. So different results of 2 very close games in the last 2 weeks for the Elks. And Payson, I think, has some momentum coming off of that good performance. And they will be hoping to carry that into next week against the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. And that'll be our next broadcast coverage next Friday night.
Next Friday night.
Yep.
Payson and Blue Ridge.
Yep. We got it. Things are heating up in the 3A East, everybody. And as far as I know, outside of Fountain Hills, I think everybody has mathematically still a chance, including the Sholo Cougars, still a chance, I believe, to win the 3A East. Now, it's going to be very difficult for the Cougars to do it, to get that done right now. Again, the teams in the driver's seat are Blue Ridge and Round Valley. But Payson is still there. We're going to need one more week, this week of action, before we start talking about eliminating anybody from that playoff chase, or at least the region championship chase.
If I'm thinking clearly, which is very difficult to do.
That's a hit or miss.
That's right. But I believe Sholo only has 1 region loss.
That's correct.
Blue Ridge is undefeated.
That's correct.
Round Valley is undefeated.
Undefeated, 2-0,
right.
yes.
So basically, if you have 1 loss or less, you're still in it. Fountain Hills is out.
Yeah, Fountain Hills has now two region losses.
Right.
Yeah, and more to come, to be honest with you. I mean, I hate to say it, but I don't know that they're going to fare that well down the stretch. They're good enough. By the way, they've got the talent to win games. They just don't have all the pieces needed. There's a couple of positions where if they had just a little more strength, that's a team. The East is very, very evenly matched.
Yes.
Very evenly matched.
And that's the point is that even though, as you're saying, hey, Sholo has a tough road to go, but they only have 1 loss. Look, if they win out,
that's right, yeah.
They can win the 3A East region.
It's possible, depending on what else happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because they lost to Round Valley, but if they beat Blue Ridge and if they won out.
They've got Payson, they've got Blue Ridge remaining. It's going to be tough.
Right,
and they're playing their best football, easily their best football since they lost Nash Brewer. I mean, they've gotten better and better. They finally realized who their identity is. Their identity is not going to be built around a Nash Brewer athlete on the offense. It's going to be a bunch of blue-collar guys all getting together, banding together, and they're starting to do that. And we saw that in the victory over Fountain Hills last night for the Show Low Cougars. Hey, let's grab a timeout, everybody, and we will get back to breaking down this game this year, this 4A region matchup between the Snowflake Lobos and Poston Butte. 16-14, Snowflake in front. It is halftime, everybody. We'll continue with the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime reports right after these words.
Win 2 premium tickets to see the king of entertainment, Mr. Garth Brooks, up close and personal at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. An $8,000 value. Thank you, White Mountains, for all your votes. Naming Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint the best auto glass company in the White Mountains. And right now, when you choose us for your insured windshield replacement, you get to pick from 2 delicious steak dinners at Cattleman's Steakhouse and 2 movie tickets. Or full-service car washes at the KK Express Wash, or a $100 gift certificate for window tint. And right now, your name had to be drawn for 2 premium tickets to see Garth $100 gift certificate for window tint. And right now, your name goes in the hat to be drawn for 2 premium tickets to see Garth Brooks live at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, including a room at Caesars Palace and spending money. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass cashback.
The team at Beam & Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
If there's one player on the field that outperforms the rest, it's Perkins Cinders. Like any All-Star, they put in the hard work by sourcing, sorting, and delivering all things dirt. Concrete materials, gravel, cinders, topsoil, mulch, and more. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders will help you score that huge win with your project. Serving the entire White Mountains at PerkinsCindersInc.com. Get a load of this.
We live in a world of ongoing change, so why not appreciate the things in our lives that remain constant? For more than 2 decades, Joyce Furniture has provided a welcoming Shangri-La that carries the highest quality home furnishings with brands like Paul Roberts, Lazy Boy, Stearns & Foster, and of course, Tempur-Pedic. Discover Joy's timeless handcrafted pieces that have the essence of our beautiful White Mountains. Come in and find that dream piece that will become a presence in your home for years to come. Joyce Furniture. Keep the joy of the mountains in your home.
Hey, we're back in, everybody. It's halftime at Snowflake High School. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime reports is underway. And we're getting ready for, as the teams return, getting ready to bring you back to the second half here in a moment. Let's take a look at your stats from the first half. Byron, you ready for the numbers?
Let's go.
All right. Looks like this. Snowflake with the lead at halftime. 16-14. Snowflake has the slight advantage in total offensive yardage as well. 200 yards of offense, right at, and even 200 yards for Snowflake with 9 first downs. Time of possession, 16 minutes and 23 seconds for the Lobos in that first half. They ran 33 total offensive plays, averaging 6.1 yards per offensive gain. 110 yards rushing for the Lobos, 90 yards passing for Snowflake. They were not sacked in that first half. Intercepted 1 time, did not fumble, and so just 1 turnover in the first half for Snowflake. Penalized a single time, 1 penalty on Snowflake for 5 yards in the entire first half. That's pretty clean living right there by Snowflake. Poston Butte, 8 minutes and 7 seconds time of possession. Snowflake had twice as much time of possession as Poston Butte. And listen to this interesting fact. The Broncos have 191 yards of offense, okay? 3 first downs. 3 first downs, and you get a first down on a touchdown scored by the offense.
There you go.
Do your math. Poston Butte has not converted much and moved the chains much in this game, and yet 191 yards of offense.
It's called big plays.
Yeah. It's kind of what they've relied on, right?
Yes.
They've only run 19 offensive plays in the entire game. 10.1 yards per gain by the Broncos today. 99 yards rushing, 92 yards passing. 65 of that coming on that hook and ladder touchdown pass right at the end of the first half. They have not been sacked because they just really haven't thrown the ball much today. 5 penalties, 55 yards assessed against the Broncos. 1 fumble, lost that fumble. So 1 turnover in that first half for Poston Butte on a fumble, 1 turnover by Snowflake on an intercepted pass. Let's look at some individual tallies for you. Brendan Bryant, Snowflake quarterback, is 5 of 11 for 90 yards. That's 45.5% completions. Did throw 1 interception in the first half. His leading receiver was Peyton Papa, 2 catches for 37 yards. Canton Turley, 1 catch for 35 yards. Ezra Baum caught 2 passes for 18 in the first half. Canton Turley led the way offensively with 78 yards rushing on 13 carries, 1 touchdown for Canton. Carter Rabin, 8 carries for 32 yards. He also rushed for a touchdown, the other of the 2 Snowflake touchdowns from the first half. Before I hit Poston's numbers, anything that jumps off the page for you right there, Byron?
Well, I know Brendan Bryant is, he has a very high completion percentage throughout the games in here. Right, he's at 45, but I believe like 1 or 2 of those, he did the right move by throwing the ball away instead of taking a sack or forcing the issue. So good job by him. I know it hurts the stat numbers, but those were wise decisions in the passing game. And just, getting back to the running game, you had Turley that was able to be the big guy up front and just, good offensive balance, as you said. I think it was 90, about 90 and 92, between the two, out the 200 yards. that's what you want as coaches, as coaching staff, offensively. You want balance, and you got it there for the Snowflake Lobos.
And sometimes the decisions you make, good decisions you make, don't show up the way you want them to show up on the stat lines.
Correct.
It just happens. Let's take a look at the individual numbers for the Broncos in the first half. Mason Lloyd, the quarterback, 2 out of 3. Yeah, that's right. The old Blue Ridge coach there, Dane Thompson, has that's an old Blue Ridge kind of first half, isn't it? 2 out of 3, 92 yards. There's your wing team numbers. So he's completed 2/3 of his passes for 1 touchdown. You saw it right there at the end of that first half. Your leading receiver is Ja'Kai Robertson, 2 catches for 85 yards and 1 touchdown. Nigel Wilson caught the other pass, which was that touchdown eventually, although he doesn't get credit for it. He gets 7 yards on the 1 catch that he had. Ja'Kai Robertson leads the rushing attack, 5 carries, 38 yards, and 1 touchdown. Jalen Brooks, 4 carries, 28 yards. Michael Whitman, 3 rushes for 26 yards. And Mason Lloyd, the quarterback, 4 carries for 7 yards as we wrap up the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. Folks, get you ready for the second half of our action. Snowflake's kick. It's fielded. A tackle made after a short return near the 30-yard line, and we are back at it and underway with the Sports Zone Game of the Week broadcast presented by Hatch Toyota. Welcome in, everybody. Floyd Simmons and B-Squared Byron Brown. Let me give a shout-out to our production team, led by our producer, Derek Simmons. Technical director is Joe Matthews. You got Sean Ulbestad, big Sean Ulbestad, working camera with us here tonight. Our statistician is the lovely Sonia Simmons. And, hey, there's us right there. Wave to the camera. Wave to the camera. Byron, wave to the... There you go. You did it, Byron. You did it. There's Sonia Simmons right there. Here's
Bedtime
Byron Brown.
with Bonzo right here.
And look at this. The one guy without the jacket, without the warm winter clothing is the guy who can really handle the elements. And that would be me. I'm Floyd Simmons. Here's my broadcast partner, Byron Brown.
Absolutely. You're the only guy that can handle the elements. And big injury.
Big loss, yes. And you saw on your camera there was an injured player who is now helped off the field for Poston Butte. And let's just all hope that young man makes it back. Ja'Kai Robertson, who led the rushing attack and who also had the final 58 yards of that 65-yard touchdown on the hook and ladder. What a weapon for Poston Butte, and now he has been helped to the sideline. So let's all just hope that Ja'Kai is okay and can make it back to the game for Poston. Here's the give around the right side, and the ball carrier is upended for a short gain, and I believe the first time that Evan Moore has carried the ball today. Evan Moore on the carry for Poston Butte, and a 2-yard pickup on the play as the second half is underway. Snowflake in front, 16-14.
Yeah, that hurts right there, coming out on the kickoff and having one of your best running backs go out, and that's part of your game plan.
The handoff goes up the middle. Nope, that's Mason Lloyd, the quarterback. He faked out a lot of people, and then a great carry in the gain. That's a 14-yard pickup on the play. He gets knocked down. Make it 15 yards the gain to the 45-yard line, first down. What are you looking at, Byron?
Well, I know why you got faked out, because you're busy putting on your jacket now that the camera's not on you. After talking about how you didn't need anything for the elements.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But we are a minute into the second half, everybody. It just got cold all of a sudden. There's Lloyd again. He's without Robertson. Now Mason Lloyd is starting to call his own number out there, and he crosses into Snowflake territory. 8-yard gain. Mark him at the 47 of the Lobos. That is going to bring up second and short. Second and a couple to go for this Broncos offense.
Well, we didn't see this in the first half, not quite a bit, with the quarterback running the ball, keeping it right here on 2 straight plays, getting a first down twice on both runs. Yeah, they got.
No, it wasn't a first down.
Well, they're calling it a first down.
I believe the chain gang got a little ahead of themselves. It should not be a first down.
Well, where did the ball start? Because I honestly thought it was a first down. I thought he reached out the ball and got to the first down.
Now they're getting dressed down out there by the linesman, I believe.
No, the chain got stuck.
Okay. Well, one way or the other, Here's what happened. The original spot was the 47-yard line, and that would have, stopped them 2 yards shy. So It does end up being a 10-yard gain because after they reviewed everything, they decided he got to the 45-yard line. That was the line to gain. Here's the give up the middle to the fullback, and I believe that's Whitman, and that'll be another nifty gain. This time 13 yards on the carry by Michael Whitman. Move those chains, and all of a sudden, I don't know what Coach Thompson saw. I don't know what Poston Butte diagnosed at halftime, but, he is a protege. He is a guy who grew up in his football coaching under Paul Morrow, and there was no better halftime adjustment guy than Paul Morrow, and so far, looks like some pretty good adjustments have been made by Poston Butte to start the second half. Another nice gain through traffic. The ball carrier is going to go down, look to me like the 25-yard line. This should be a 7-yard gain for the running back, Evan Moore.
Yeah, they're getting big chunks right now out of the rushing attack. No passing right now, just running the ball. Keep moving like you're doing, getting big chunks, moving down the field.
No passing right now, and you do remember, Byron, that prior to the hook and ladder right there at the last second, they had only thrown the ball twice before that in the first half. So the no passing seems normal. They were on the veer left side, and that is you fake it, you keep it. Snowflake did not account for the quarterback, and that's a big gain. How about 9 more and a first down? Boy, just like that, the Broncos are running the ball right down the field on the Snowflake defense.
Well, and that's without their best running back.
Yes.
Robertson right there, they don't have him in, and they've been able to overcome that on this drive.
I think Robertson is still being attended to on the bench by one of the medical staff for the Broncos. So that gain takes it to the 16-yard line. Veer again. This time the fullback gets the give. And Whitman the carry to about the 12-yard line. He's dropped right there. This will be a gain of 4 yards on the play. 2nd down and 6 for the Broncos on the way.
Well, I think two things happened at halftime. First of all, just like you mentioned, Floyd, that Dane Thompson's of the Paul Morrow coaching tree, and Paul Morrow is king of the adjustments at halftime. Second was, I think they listened to the broadcast and they heard you say, hey, they only got 3 first downs the whole first half.
So I think they have probably matched that on this drive or bested it. 4 first downs on this drive is what our statistician is telling us so far. They've taken those numbers and completely turned them on their ear. This gain to the 11-yard, just a 1-yard gain on that 2nd down rush. It's now 3rd down and 5. 3rd down and 5. And a big moment for the Snowflake defense and their fans, the Lobo fans, rising to their feet, making the noise for their D. 3rd down and 5. How about that slot receiver on that wing on that right side? Look at the size of that fella. Fake it, roll left. Lloyd keeps it, cuts it back, goes down. He slashed his way to, boy, he's short. I might have got 4 yards. I think he's going to be about a yard shy, Byron.
Yeah. He's a yard shy, and you know what you should do? You should do the Eagles push-tush play.
The tush push.
The tush push?
Yeah.
Push-tush, whatever. That's,
they rhyme.
That's right.
That's all you got to know.
That's all you got to know. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
You want the quarterback sneak, and you want everybody to pile on and push from behind.
Exactly.
Everybody in that backfield. Okay.
Yes.
Well, we'll see what they do on 4th down and 1. Coach Thompson going for it all the way. 2-man backfield behind Lloyd. He is going to run the quarterback sneak, and it looks like he's got, hold on. For a moment, I thought necessary yardage. And it looks like he is inside, needed to get to the 6-yard line.
Yeah, he got to the 5.
Yeah, he did. He got 2 yards out of it. And Poston Butte is able to, for a moment anyway, silence the Snowflake crowd with that first down pickup. It'll be 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They almost need the tush push. He got kind of stood up, I think, with second effort right there.
No tush push. And
he was able to make it.
And your odds were not in your favor
exactly.
at the moment. So 1st and goal at the 5-yard line, 6.5 minutes on the clock. How about Poston Butte just grinding out that clock here to start the second half? They'll give it to the fullback. Nope. Lloyd keeps it, fakes it, keeps it, runs around the left side, and they run the veer to perfection. Snowflake is going to have to make a coaching adjustment. The defensive coordinator, Jeremy Smith, is going to have to figure out how to account for the for the quarterback on that veer. That's a touchdown run for Mason Lloyd from 5 yards out.
Well, and look at the blocking, especially on the outside by the receivers. That's Nijay Wilson, and I believe the running back also, number 27, Evan Moore. They get out front, and they're able to seal off and allow a pathway for the quarterback into the end zone.
Systematic scoring drive. And now Poston Butte goes for 2. Fake it. Lloyd rolls, has a man wide open. Had 3 guys really open in the pattern out there. And he throws to the biggest of the 3. There's a marker down. Let's see what that jersey number is on the big fellow.
It was, 28.
Was that Reginald?
Yes.
How do you say Reginald's last name? Yeah.
RJ, that's how you do it.
Aula. Well, his own teammates are having trouble, so
call him RJ.
You can understand.
That's what they call him. We call him RJ.
Yeah, you can understand our trouble. 2 men in motion, by the way, at the moment, and so that's going to go back 5 yards, and we'll see what Poston Butte decides then with the ball marked back to the 8-yard line.
You
Should
still
be
go
a
for 2.
5-yard.
I mean, what's the difference between 4 points and 5-point differential? You go for 2. At least with 2, it gets you to the 6. Then they have to kick the extra point if you allow them to score. It's a numbers game.
6 minutes and 21 seconds remain, football fans, here in the third quarter. So the ball's back to the 8-yard line, and Poston Butte doesn't appear to have a place kicker on the field, so they'll go for the 2. Oh, so then what do you run here? Because that last play was...
You run the same play.
The perfect play.
I think you run the same play.
Well, the guy that caught it, RJ, is the guy split to the right. They fake it over the middle, try to throw the little pop pass to the tight end, and Lloyd's pass is incomplete, too tall. And so we stand at a 4-point game here. But importantly for the Broncos and their fans, first lead of the game for Poston Butte. They lead here with 6:21 left in the third quarter, 20-16. The Broncos in front of the Lobos. We'll be back in a moment with more of the Sports Zone Game of the Week broadcast presented by Hatch Toyota.
Have you heard the big news? White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville is bold in their approach to upgrade and improve your healthcare experience. Not only do they have professional, experienced providers that service a wellness clinic, laboratory and physical therapy services, and imaging and surgical services, they are also expanding their ER facility and capabilities. White Mountain Regional Medical Center strives to enhance the wellness of your community, one patient at a time.
What's better than a Starbucks pumpkin spice latte? 16 grandes paid for by Cellular One. Use your Cellular One talk, text, or data to enter our Winter Wednesday drawing. Every Wednesday this September, 23 lucky Cellular One customers will win a $100 Starbucks gift card. Stay connected with loved ones, and maybe you will be enjoying coffee on us this week. Check out Cellular One's Facebook and Instagram page for details. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 18 and over and September 30th. Visit our website for full rules. No purchase necessary. Ends 9/30/23.
On the little picture-in-picture lookalike there, you got to see a 90-yard kick return that was stopped at the 7-yard line from the 3 to the 7 by Carter Rabin. Beautiful return. Unfortunately, an illegal block, and a flag came out, and this one is all coming back. What an effort by Carter Rabin. Got some great blocking of the legal variety, Byron, but unfortunately, it all comes back. What a great effort, though.
Absolutely great effort right there by Rabin, and unfortunately, when you're running the ball, you don't know there's a flag, because I guarantee you, if he would have known and seen the flag, he probably would have said, well, I'll just go down right here.
Going to save some energy for the rest of the second half.
Exactly.
Well, after the Broncos used a whole bunch of time, almost half of the third quarter on that long scoring drive, Snowflake will take over right at the 6-minute mark here in the third quarter, and Brandon Bryant hands it off. And the defensive line is there to make the stop. Snowflake's offensive line, so good, was a little porous, and now one of those linemen is down on the turf. And with an apparent injury. A yard loss on that previous play. The teams will retreat to their sidelines. And then eventually medical staff for Snowflake is going to make their way onto the field to attend to that hurt player, Lynn Johnson. I think he is one of those who are coming out, running out And they're going to go take a look at whoever is down right now. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. A 4-point Poston Butte lead. Snowflake will have the ball at their own 14-yard line when we return. We'll be back in a moment with more of the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota.
We live in a world of ongoing change, so why not appreciate the things in our lives that remain constant? For more than 2 decades, Joyce Furniture has provided a welcoming Shangri-La that carries the highest quality home furnishings with brands like Paul Roberts, Lazy Boy, Stearns & Foster, and of course, Tempur-Pedic. Discover Joy's timeless handcrafted pieces that have the essence of our beautiful White Mountains. Come in and find that dream piece that will become a presence in your home for years to come. Joyce Furniture. Keep the joy of the mountains in your home.
The team at Beam & Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
So a 12-yard gain on a pass play from Brennan Bryant to Peyton Papa, and a first down for the Snowflake Lobos. And now this handoff, this give, a no gain, but a marker is down. And you saw a face mask, did you, Byron?
I believe that was a face mask.
And it is. You and the referee, I don't know who that is out there, our referee tonight. You guys give the exact same face mask call.
It's the universal face mask.
Oh, that's Brian Lang. Brian Lang. And well, yeah, I get the part of it is, but you both gave the 3 pumps on the face mask. And it was identical. I give you a lot of credit.
Well,
maybe Byron, on your days off from Sports Zone Radio when you're not doing a game, maybe you consider doing some officiating with the Arizona Interscholastic Association. Maybe you do.
Maybe.
First down as they step it off to the 41-yard line. Hey, this is our first, I think my first ever broadcast with Brian Lang as the referee, and I believe that was Brian. Look at Brendan Bryant tuck it and go. And he might have decided to turn it up a little early because after he took the hit, he got driven hard into the ground in front of that bench over there, but Bryant's going to pick himself up and get his jersey fixed by his teammate and head back to the huddle there. A 5-yard gain for Brennan on that play.
When they look at game film, the coaching staff's going to tell Brennan, go to the sideline.
Yeah, go to the sideline.
Dude, you were going to the sideline, all of a sudden you decide to turn it upfield. When there's like 5 white jerseys there, go to the sideline, get out of bounds.
Too important to the offense. And a 5-yard gain to the 46-yard line. Handoff. Canton Turley, first down yardage. Canton gets knocked down at the 46-yard line. That'll be a gain of 8 yards and a Lobo first down into Broncos territory.
Again, the Lobos coming back offensively, matching the body blows that was put to them by Poston Butte's offense. Here, doing their own body blows with the rough running of the running backs.
Carter Rabin the carry. Carter is going to run into a pack and be limited to 2 yards of the game this time. Second down and 8 for Snowflake. Hey, these Lobos, these jerseys keep getting peeled off those shoulder pads. Get a little help, get redressed by your teammates, and get out and attack the play.
What colors do the Snowflake Lobos jerseys here? What do they remind you of? What professional team, not football?
Professional team, not football. Okay, well, let's see here. Fake the handoff. Bryant throws, and he overthrows Peyton Papa, running the deep out route. It is incomplete. And stops the clock with 3:23 remaining in the third quarter. 20-16. Poston Butte is in front of Snowflake. Floyd Simmons, Byron Brown here on the play-by-play call. Here as we wind down this third quarter. Lobos football, Lobos homecoming. And after that touchdown a moment ago on that last Poston Butte possession, first lead of the game for the Broncos. Bryant rolling to his left. Steps, throws back across the middle, and that one is broken up. He was looking for Ezra Baum, and it was Terode Kisto was there to make that catch, or make that defensive play. Broke it up. Well, let me see. I don't know. It looks like a shade of Dodger blue to me.
Yes.
LA Dodgers.
Yes, the Dodgers, who are playing tomorrow in the second round or the divisional series playoffs against the Arizona Diamondbacks.
The Diamondbacks. Well, how do you like me now? No, seriously, how do you like me? I don't know. You've been mean to me a little bit today, Byron. 4th down and 8. Here comes Snowflake, their first punt of the night. That one's going to take a great Lobo roll inside the 5. And down to the 3-yard line. Snowflake will pin the Broncos deep. And that is normal. When you punt like that in high school football, Byron, you get a team pinned inside the 5-yard line. Almost always you get possession back on their side of the 50 sometime very soon, and oftentimes that is cashed in for points.
Yes, it is. How about Brown delivers? Brown's delivering here tonight at the special teams.
Sam Brown?
Yes. Made a field goal here and right there. Great punt inside Poston Butte's 5-yard line.
They end up spotting it at the 4-yard line. That's where they say Snowflake touched it first. And Mason Lloyd lines up under center. Give it left side. Try to run a little power on that side of the formation. Evan Moore gets the carry. Well, Evan is the guy that's been getting, I think he's gotten most of the action other than when Lloyd himself has carried the ball, the quarterback. This time a 3-yard gain. But all of this because of the injury to Ja'Kai Robertson. We haven't seen Ja'Kai since he went down early in the second half.
We have not, but what we've seen in this second half is the Broncos offensive linemen starting to win the battle of the trenches up front against the Snowflake Lobo defense.
This will be a short run off the right side. Michael Whitman is the guy that got the opportunity right there. He ran right into Brent White. And others on that defense also there to help out was JoJo Lerma. The gain, it was good for 3 yards. Here's 3rd down and 4. Big play. You don't expect to see them throw the ball right here, do you, Byron?
I don't.
Split backs behind the quarterback. Nope, they're going to fake it and then run the quarterback sweep. There isn't much going on there. Not a lot going on there.
Well, we talked about it, Floyd. What happens when you pin the opponent down deep inside the red zone, like at the 5-yard line like they did? More times than not, you get the ball back and you're going to get great field position.
4th down and 3 coming up for Poston Butte. Snowflake looking to get an opportunity here. Is it going to be a kick return for Riker Brimhall? The punter in the end zone. He gets a good snap out of it. Well protected, but the punt won't go a long way. That's going to hit at the 32 and check back and be down somewhere around the 31-yard line. So we're going to say that, well, they're going to mark it right where it did get downed. The 32-yard line. Snowflake's got that short field. You see it so many times here at this level because kicking games aren't what they are at the next level. It's hard to get the ball out of there. It's hard to flip the field if you don't get it out near midfield. And Snowflake now with a golden opportunity.
Yeah, short field for the Lobos here to have an opportunity to take the lead back.
So 1:07 remaining in the third quarter. 3 receivers left in the formation. Hand off to Canton Turley. He's got room to run up the middle, and the loping long running back will take it inside the 10-yard line. Gain of 24 yards and a first down for Snowflake and Canton Turley.
Again, spread the field and give it to your running back.
Quickly to the line. Personnel changes for Poston. Handoff right side, and Turley goes inside the 5-yard line. This time, well, to the 5. That's where they spot him. 3-yard gain on the play. Here comes second down and goal from that spot.
Yeah, nice job right there on that big run by Turley up the middle. Again, you spread. You went trips left. Spreads out the defense. Once Turley can get to the next level, he's got room to run. He brings it all the way into inside the 10.
Taking a great look at that previous run. Now, low snap to Bryant. Turley the give, and he is hit in the backfield for a loss. Tackle for a loss. And he ends up really only losing a single yard on the play. So the initial contact was made. Here comes third down and goal for Snowflake from the 6-yard line now.
Yeah, very fortunate for the Lobos right there. Low snap. I'm not sure how they're able to get the ball off to Turley right there on the bounce of the football.
Final play of the quarter, everybody. We're going to go on to the fourth period. Stand by for the break. 20-16 the lead for Poston Butte. It's the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
This is a special savings announcement from Hatch Toyota in Show Low. All new Toyotas have got to go, including 2024 models, and that means big savings for you. Save an extra $1,000 on all new Toyotas. But that's not all. Bring in your trade and receive an extra $1,000 off our written quote. And here's the kicker. Drive payment free for the rest of the year. No payments until January 2024. Hatch Toyota in Show Low is where the action is. Or HatchToyota.com, because these deals won't last forever.
Don't settle for less on a gift when you can give way more for way less. The Hallmark Gold Crown store in Pine Top goes beyond having the perfect card. Exciting new lines were just released. Bourbon Barrel Foods out of Louisville, Kentucky features gourmet sauces, nuts, and seasonings. Jack Black's Men's Superior Skincare, be manly and clean. And for ladies, Pinkies Up, luxury teas, sugars, cups, and infusers. Open Monday through Saturday, the Hallmark is where smiles are made together.
Hey, back into it, everybody. The fourth quarter about to begin. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Snowflake knocking on the door. The Broncos flip their defense. And Snowflake from the shotgun. Bryant trying to throw out of the backfield. Wide open. Touchdown, Snowflake! Carter Rabin from 6 yards out hauls in the touchdown pass from Brennan Bryant.
How about that play call right there? Fake the run to Turley. And Rabin just sneaks out of the backfield. No one follows him, and he is wide open in the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown.
No flat defender out there for the Broncos, and Snowflake takes full advantage of the breakdown in coverage. Wide open, Rabin touchdown. Snowflake takes the lead back. They relinquished it for about 6.5 minutes of clock. That's how long the Broncos had that lead. Sam Brown's point after is good. We take another timeout, everybody. Stand by. Fourth quarter underway here. Snowflake by 3 over Poston Butte. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
If there's one player on the field that outperforms the rest, it's Perkins Cinders. Like any All-Star, they put in the hard work by sourcing, sorting, and delivering all things dirt. Concrete materials, gravel, cinders.
Every home has a story to tell, and your furniture sets the stage. From classic to contemporary, farmhouse to European, the Furniture Gallery will match your taste with the perfect centerpiece or accent. Make each room in your home a place to gather, connect, and create lasting memories. The Furniture Gallery doesn't just sell furniture. They deliver comfort, quality, and unparalleled customer service. The Furniture Gallery, located in Snowflake, helps make a house a home, and they'll do whatever it takes to make you a customer for life.
So we're back into it, everybody. You saw there on your screen during the break the return of the kick. If I'm not mistaken, Michael Whitman is the guy that brought it back, and he was introduced to Andrew Bentley, the special teams tackle on the far sideline. And there's two big stags running right into each other. The big hit, the big finish there on that sideline. Good return, though, by Whitman.
Good return, but it's coming back. Penalty against Poston Butte. One of the few things I've seen here tonight There's a little bit of a letdown on the special teams for the Snowflake Lobos right there. You don't usually see a big return given up by the special teams, but despite the penalty right there that brought it back.
23-20, Snowflake in front after the Brendan Bryant to Carter Rabin touchdown pass a moment ago. Handoff up the middle. And right at about 3 yards the gain on this play. Yep, call it 3. Straight ahead. Tackle made right there. 2nd down and 7 on the way.
You know, you were talking about some defensive adjustments by the Lobos, Floyd, and right here, I think right now, I dare Poston Butte to throw the ball. I put 8-9 guys into the box, cover the outside, and dare them to throw the ball. I don't think they can.
You're like Robert Conrad with the battery on your shoulder, aren't you? Movement up front.
In 2 premium tickets to see the king
That's going
of
to be offside
entertainment.
on the defense. The defender for Snowflake gets flagged. Teague Reedhead is arguing, I think he's saying, look, I was drawn. Somebody up there moved.
I think he said the center moved the ball. You know, like how they kind of grip it and try to do it. Yeah.
They do that.
And they are calling it.
The officials agree with Teague on that play. Let's see if it's going to be hard from this angle to see it. As you take a look at the replay. Yeah, there's Teague going, hey, I saw some movement right there. Saw a little bit of action there. Tried to flip it, tried to move it around, get a better grip or something, and it's a 5-yard mark-off. 2nd down and 12 coming up for Poston Butte. By the way, Snowflake on the schedule coming up. The Snowflake Lobos next week host Marcos Deniza right here. And then 2 weeks from tonight, Snowflake travels to Eastmark. Then it's Apache Junction on October 27th before wrapping up the season November 3rd. At home again against Sierra Linda. And there is going to be some action around the left side all the way up to about the 19-yard line where the tackle gets made. Is this gain of, well, call it a gain of 8 yards. Is that going to stand? Because the linesman on the far side is not moving, and they're not moving the down marker either. So there is a marker down, and it's a hold on the offense. So they held their position for good reason.
There you go.
Didn't move.
Did not move.
So that's Snowflake's upcoming schedule. Again, next week, right here at Lobo Stadium. Marcos Deniza coming to town. The Padres in town to take on the Lobos, everybody. And how about these Poston Butte Broncos? Well, here's what's on the schedule for Poston Butte. Next week is a bye week for the Broncos. They return to action on October 20th at Apache Junction, a region game for them there. Following that, it is a Freedom game at home versus Gila Ridge, and then wrapping up the season November 3rd against Marcos Deniza at Poston Butte. Fake the handoff. Mason Lloyd throwing. Man coverage on the outside, and that's going to be in, then out of the hands of the receiver. Running out down that right side was Kisto. Couldn't hold on to it. And I think that was Ezra Baum in coverage.
I think Ezra Baum was able to get his hand in there and knock it out of the hands right there. It was in the hands, and then reached in. Nice defensive play right there by Ezra.
Dropped it right in the bucket, didn't he? But then Ezra reacted nicely by slapping it away. Remember the earlier slap in the game? There was a slap right there that worked out nicely. 3rd down and, well, about 13 from where the down marker is at the moment. Lloyd fakes it. 2 defenders all over him, forces him to get rid of it, and the pass to RJ is incomplete. Stops the clock with 10:28. Just like that, the Lobos are going to get another chance with a short field coming up in a moment, as Poston Butte is forced to punt the football.
Yeah, nice job by Andrew Bentley coming off the left side, putting pressure on the quarterback, making him throw it before he wanted to. Andrew Bentley coming in with pressure.
4th down play coming up. And that one is almost, it just feels like straight up in the air. It should be, it went out across the 13-yard line. That's where it should get marked. Yep, the referee sees it. He knows exactly where to get his linesman to step it off to. Instead they mark it they're going to mark it at the 25-yard line. Now that should be at the 13. And the referee pointed it out. But the linesman said, nope, I think I'm going to mark this at the 26.
Well, the referee was he's the one that threw a flag, and there's going to be 2 unsportsmanlike against penalties, one against Poston Butte and one against Snowflake. So that's where he was pointing. But I'm not sure. I think they caught the ball. I'm not even sure that's where they caught the ball out of bounds at the 26. I mean, I think that was, I'm with you. That was probably at least the 13, 15-yard line.
Yeah. Okay, so they'll discuss it all, and then eventually the ball is going to be spotted at the 26 for Snowflake. Very short field for Brendan Bryant and crew. As I take a look, Snowflake is generous enough to give us these Lobo team records in the roster. They gave us some things like, for example, the longest punt return for a touchdown in Lobo history is the great Paul Johnson. Paul Johnson back against Globe in 2004 took one back 94 yards for Snowflake for a touchdown. 94 yards. I'm also going to give you the longest run from scrimmage in just a moment. First, let's watch Bryant and the offense go to work from the 26. Fake it. Brennan keeps it right side. He's got room. Breaks it outside. Cuts back in. Spins his way to the 7-yard line. Gain of 19 on the play for Brennan Bryant, showing his ability to run with the football.
Well, that was a great play call right there by the Lobo offensive staff. Look, everybody was keying on number 28, Turley. Let the quarterback, number 2, keep it. And he weaves his way through traffic all the way down inside the 10.
So Snowflake is in business at the 7-yard line. Bryant gives it to Turley. Turley takes on the defender and takes it into the end zone. Kenton Turley from 7 yards away. Another Snowflake touchdown.
Turley will not be denied. He just gets the outside, great blocking up front. And by the time he meets the defender, it's at the 1-yard line, and he will not be denied.
A couple of those offensive linemen that helped lead the way coming off the field and celebrating. Brock Bjorn, Gunnar Richards, happy to lead the way for Snowflake. And with 9:45 remaining in the fourth quarter, Snowflake leads 29-20. Sam Brown is on before he can get it away. There's going to be an offside called, encroachment. Somebody in the neutral zone for Poston Butte. Move it a yard and a half, and now Snowflake will bring the offense back out there to go for 2.
It seems like that's in the book right there. Every coach now does that. If they're offsides on the extra point, automatic 2-point, go for it.
So Bjorn is back on the field, the center. Cody Flake out there, that offensive line, and they're going to try to punch it in here from a yard and a half away and try to make this an 11-point game if they can. Papa, the solo receiver to the right. Ezra Baum wide out to the left. Rabin, one of those slot receivers on that side. Fake it. Looking for Papa, and that's going to be a push-off on Peyton Papa, I believe. Now, they could get the defensive player for holding, but Papa, he was either fighting to get away or directly pushing off. And they do call it on the defender. So he was just trying to clear some space, get away. As you'll take a look at the bottom, I don't know if we'll be able to track the entire thing. There's your whip.
No, he grabs him right there. So
your whip
it was the first flag was where he did grab a hold of him. You're right. Papa did kind of extend, but that was already after the fact of just grabbing and holding.
Half the distance is 3/4 of a foot. That's where the ball is marked for Snowflake. Give it to Rabin.
It's coming
from
back.
The opposite wing. And the marker is down. That's normally going to be on the offense, the way, as quickly as they threw it. So now that's going to come back out 5 yards. And it's going to take us a while to get this 2-point conversion converted at some point. Can I tell you? Oh, they're going to bring Sam Brown out? Okay, they're going to try for 1 now after all of that. Hey, let me give you some more records for Snowflake. They gave us these team records, okay? Did you know that the 3 longest touchdown runs from scrimmage for Snowflake, 3 longest touchdown runs from scrimmage, are all 1962 or older? Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Know that? None of us knew that, right? I'm going to share that with you here in just a moment as Sam Brown is on. And Sam is good on the point after try.
But one thing I do know on those 3, they're not in the Sports Zone Friday Night Football Hall of Fame.
No, they're not. No, they're not, because it was another 30 years later before we started tallying and keeping track and before we're going to start honoring the legendary football players. We're going to stay right here through the break, everybody. 9:45 remaining in the game, a 10-point Lobo lead now Yeah, to start the second half, Poston Butte with a long drive to get a 22-20 lead and take over for the first time the lead in the game. But Snowflake has come back with 2 scores, and here they are leading now 30-20, everybody. Okay, the longest run from scrimmage came in 1962, Snowflake versus Kingman. It was Gary Kipke. Gary Kipke with a 95-yard touchdown run. Second longest, Jim Bryant in 1942. In 1942. As we watch the Broncos bring it out to about the 22-yard line. Yeah, I was just finishing up my playing days back then. 1942, Jim Bryant took one 90 yards for a touchdown. And the third longest Snowflake run from scrimmage touchdown, Gerald Nicholas. In 1960 against Peoria, it was an 89-yard touchdown run for Gerald Nicholas. And you finally in the modern age, Chase Walden had an 86-yard touchdown run. That's the 4th longest touchdown run from scrimmage for Snowflake. As you watch the Lobos get there defensively, great job to bring the ball carrier down. Defensively, it was Hayden Nichols, just a sophomore. Hayden Nichols, the guy who was able to bring down Evan Moore and a 1-yard gain on the play. Chase Walden had an 86-yard touchdown run from scrimmage back in 2011 against Round Valley. It's 4th longest.
That's it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, when you consider Snowflake.
Yes.
And they've had guys like Paul Johnson and Russell Peterson and all the great running backs over the years Snowflake's had. Think about that for a moment.
Exactly.
All right, 2nd down and 9 for the Broncos. They give it on the end around, and that's going to produce a first down. Got a block on the edge. This one goes near midfield, I think, as a matter of fact. Well, where did he go out of bounds? Maybe the 48-yard line of Snowflake? Kisto on the carry, and they'll mark him at the 45-yard line. So a gain of 21 the pickup on that play for a first down. Most passes caught in a game by a Snowflake Lobo. Ready? Bryant Elkins, the great Bryant Elkins, back in 2001, caught 12 passes versus Blue Ridge. And that stands as the record. Robbie Martindale, by the way, against Round Valley in 2009, caught 10 passes. Second highest total in a game. And there are other guys that caught 10. Here's a give up the middle. The Broncos gain 6 yards and take it into Snowflake territory. The problem for the Broncos right now is how long they take with these methodical drives, and they run between the tackles, and that always takes a lot of time off the clock.
Yeah, I was going to say, they got to get into a little bit of a hurry-up offense here. They're down 2 scores, 2 possessions, and they have 8 minutes. They have got to get the ball rolling.
2nd down play, Snowflake 49-yard line. The Broncos give it, and they will get 6 yards. 6 yards, peel them up all off the turf, and the ball carrier was Whitman. Michael Whitman with the carry.
And if you're the Snowflake Lobos, that's what you're looking for. You're just trying to do a bend but don't break defense. Hey, if you're more than happy getting 3-4 yards of carry, that's what we're going to let you do. We'll let time is on our side. We'll give you that all day long. We're just not going to let you bust one the distance.
First down, give right side. And that is Moore this time with the carry. Evan Moore, and he got more than 4 because it's a 5-yard gain. See what I did there?
Yeah, you're just a poet, dude.
Yeah,
you're just a poet.
I'm a wordsmith. Mark him down at the 39-yard line. I'm going to tell you about the longest TD pass in Snowflake history here in just a moment. 7:20 remaining in regulation. Quarterback keeps around the right side. They ran the veer, and they ran it for the first down. And a nice pickup on the play. 8 yards to gain to the Snowflake 31-yard line. Another first down for the Broncos offense. Longest TD pass in Snowflake history. Trey Schneider to J.T. Tate. That was a game at Kirtland Central in 2016. 99 yards. You got to like that, right?
Absolutely.
Second longest touchdown pass from scrimmage. Actually happened twice. Same 2 guys. Porter Caldwell to Bryant Elkins. 84 yards. Did it once against Alchese. Did it once against Window Rock. Same season, 2002. Throw deep. Incomplete. incomplete for the Broncos. Stop the clock with 6:46 remaining. Snowflake with a 10-point advantage, and the Broncos will be looking at 2nd and 10.
How about Mason Lloyd right
31.
there? Look, here's the Lobo defender thought, oh, it's a quarterback. I can just hit him, and he's going to fall down, but Lloyd doesn't. Maintains the hit, maintains his composure, is able to get a pass off downfield. Incomplete, but nice job by Mason Lloyd.
Teflon on that jersey. 2nd down play. Solo receiver split out right for the Broncos. They'll give it. No, Mason Lloyd keeps it. Might not have been the best decision that he has made all day long, making it pay. Gavin Hall with the penetration defensively and a 3-yard loss on the play. 3rd down and 13 on the way.
Yeah, not a wise decision. Give it to the up back right there. Should have Mason Lloyd, but he kept it. Gavin Hall said, you're not going anywhere. I've got you. And I'm going to bring you down.
That's going to look good on the film in practice coming up, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
3rd down play. Lloyd is going to have to throw. Rolls left. Pressure coming. Steps up. Runs. Tries to split defenders. And 3 guys converge to bring him down at the 26-yard line. Gain of 8 yards. And it'll bring up 4th down and about 5 to go.
Nice job by Lloyd right there, avoiding the tackles and getting positive yardage. It was going to be a 4-down territory anyways. You went from 4th and very long right there. Lloyd is able to create 4th and 5.
And they huddle, and they're still getting the play in from the sideline, and the clock is running. I got to tell you, a team that is predicated on running, and they run the wing tee and the style of play, and they like to chew clock, not built all that well for this moment. Give it up the middle, no, fake it. Lloyd has it, and he is corralled for another loss. Ball came out, doesn't matter. 4th down, 3 yards lost. Snowflake stops potentially the final opportunity for Poston Butte if the Lobos can methodically chew up the final 5-10 of this game. Remember that both teams have their full complement of 3 timeouts, but Lloyd unable to escape the defenders.
Lloyd panicked right there. He had a guy open out in the flat, but he just couldn't get it to him. He couldn't pull the trigger, and by the time he decided to run forward, Snowflake was all over him and sacked him for the turnover on downs.
1st down for the Lobos, and you can bet that they're going to try to use a lot of clock. Well, they're going to go for something big early. Peyton Papa catches it at the 45, and he's on his way! Touchdown, Snowflake!
What do you do offensively when you have a big turnover? You go for the big play. And that's exactly what the Lobo coaching staff dials up right there. They have a great pocket for Bryant. Brennan throws it right in stride to Papa, and they're not catching Papa. He had a 2 yards, went to 10 yards. That's the nail in the coffin for the Lobos.
Beautiful pass, 71 yards from Brennan Bryant to Peyton Papa. 4:59 on the clock in the 4th quarter. And Snowflake with the dagger. And Sam Brown with the point after. That kick is good. We'll grab a timeout. Here in this 4th period, Snowflake comfortably in front now by 17. The Sports Zone Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota.
To see the king of entertainment, Mr. Garth Brooks, up close and personal at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. An $8,000 value. Thank you, White Mountains, for all your votes. Naming Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint the best auto glass company in the White Mountains. And right now, when you choose us for your insured windshield replacement, you get to pick from 2 delicious steak dinners at Cattleman's Steakhouse and 2 movie tickets. Or full-service car washes at the KK Express Wash. Or a $100 gift certificate for window tint. And right now, your name goes in the hat to be drawn for 2 premium tickets to see Garth Brooks live at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, including a room at Caesars Palace and spending money. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
536
Broncos have a pretty good return team, and they got a nice return on that kickoff. Good field position, but time is now the biggest enemy that Poston Butte has to work against. The ball's going to be marked at the 45-yard line. That's where the return man went out of bounds for the Broncos. 37-20. Snowflake with the lead. Here come the Broncos. Now they'll work from the shotgun. Two receivers split out left. And they'll throw to the tight end. Boy, almost picked off. That was in the hands of the defender, Gunnar Greer, unable to hold on. And it's incomplete.
Yeah, Poston Butte's going to be doing what they really are not good at and don't want to do, which is they're in throwing the ball situation. And right there you see where the quarterback is just throwing to a spot, and Greer almost coming up with the pick.
So now second down play. Handoff straight up the middle. And a short gain for Jalen Brooks. Takes it into Snowflake territory. And one of those linemen for the Broncos gets up a little gimpy. Hope he's okay. 6 yards the gain on that last play. Here comes third down and 4 for the Broncos. 4:21 remaining here in regulation.
And no urgency by the Broncos. They just huddle up, walk to the line of scrimmage. I know it's 4 down territory, but you got a clock you got to get to.
Mason Lloyd turns it up. He's got the first down. Escapes one defender, then steps out. We'll see where they spawn him. About the 42-yard line. How about a gain of 7 on the play for Mason and a first down for the Broncos?
Well, luckily, with the going out of bounds, the clock stops. Because, again, the Broncos are not in hurry-up mode.
Lloyd delivers. Pass caught. And then the tackle ahead. Nigel Wilson hauled that one in. Now to the 26-yard line. Gain on the play of 16. And a Broncos first down.
Yeah, nice job right there by Lloyd to Wilson right there. Get the first down, get into Snowflake territory.
Single setback now behind. Lloyd under center. Up the middle it goes. The battle straight ahead. Forward progress to the 20-yard line. Is that a flag that came in?
Right? It was a late flag, yes.
At the end. Let's see if this 6-yard gain ends up standing for a face mask on the defense. So indeed the 6-yard gain, and then tack on half the distance to the goal line, which should end up spotting the ball at the 10-yard line. It'll be a first down right there for the Broncos with 3:26 remaining, and 3 scores the difference here in this one. Broncos fake it. Lloyd rolls. And he kept it. And he got spilled at the 8-yard line. Only a 2-yard gain on the play for Lloyd. And they're going to hustle to the line of scrimmage, see if they can get something run here on second down and goal. Lloyd looking left, throwing left to the end zone. A jump ball. It's incomplete. Peyton Papa, who caught the touchdown a while ago, reaches over the top to slap it away from the receiver. And that one is incomplete. Peyton scored and then prevented a score. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Hey, let me give you real quick the longest kickoff return for a touchdown in Snowflake history. And it's our Hall of Fame, our Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame inductee number 1, Brett Brewer. 98 yards against the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets in 1991. Longest ever for a Snowflake Lobo. Brett Brewer, you knew his name would show up. Handoff. And just when it looked like it was opening up, a great tackle on Jalen Brooks. The guy that got there to knock him down, Hayden Nichols. Over the middle it goes. That's a touchdown reception in traffic. Quentin Jones makes his first catch of the game, a 5-yard touchdown reception for the Broncos with 2:18 remaining.
Well, there's the touchdown Poston Butte needed on this drive. Unfortunately, it took about 3 minutes to get that touchdown.
The Broncos are going to try to make this a 9-point game. Still 2 possessions. The difference, fake it, throw it, denied. It was incomplete. But even if it was caught here on the near side of the formation, Gunnar Greer was going to make that a hard finish there. And so that goes incomplete. 2:18 remaining. A timeout, everybody. 37-26. Snowflake in front of Poston Butte. The Sports Zone's Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota.
In 2 premium tickets to see the king of entertainment, Mr. Garth Brooks, up close and personal at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. An $8,000 value. Thank you, White Mountains, for all your votes. Naming Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint the best auto glass company in the White Mountains. And right now, when you choose us for your insured windshield replacement, you get to pick from 2 delicious steak dinners at Cattleman's Steakhouse and 2 movie tickets. Or full-service car washes at the KK Express Wash, or a $100 gift certificate for window tint. And right now, your name goes in the hat to be drawn for 2 premium tickets to see Garth Brooks live at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, including a room at Caesars Palace and spending money. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass cash back.
The onside kick attempt does not succeed for Poston Butte. Snowflake has it their own 44-yard line. 3 timeouts remain for the Broncos. You can bet they're going to use those. Start using those quickly. See if they can get the ball back for another opportunity. We'll see what Snowflake does with 3 receivers split out to the left. And they're going to give it to the motion man. Carter Rabin, who will step out of bounds, gets hit hard. And boy, he was going out of bounds before he took that hit. The official said, nope, that's clean. And the tackle by Jerry Beck right there in front of the Snowflake sideline. Now that's when Carter is going to have to be thinking. He's got to understand, right, Byron?
Yeah.
You got to get out of bounds. I mean, you got to stay inbounds.
You got to stay inbounds. You got to slide. You got to slide inbounds.
Exactly 10 yards the gain on that play, by the way. And for the first down into Poston Butte territory. 2:10 remaining. From the gun, Canton Turley. And he gets stood up by the defender, Anthony Armenta. And he got to about the 43-yard line with the football. 3-yard gain on the play, under 2 minutes remaining. Snowflake on the way to picking up their 4th victory of the season. They came in 3-2, and in the region had not played a region game yet. Byron, this first one of the season for Snowflake. And they'd like to get a share of the lead in the region with a so far a no-loss region record after this one tonight.
Well, they're going to get it here tonight. Poston Butte's going to let the clock run out. Snowflake's going to be able to just run the game out here in the 4th quarter. Great victory for the Lobos here tonight.
2nd down and 7 after that last 3-yard gain. Turley here again, battling his way to the 39-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 4 yards. Poston Butte will spend one of those remaining timeouts. You thought they were going to just go ahead and let it run down. I did too, Byron. But Coach Thompson says, we better spend at least one of those timeouts right here. Seemed like it was going to happen, didn't it?
I don't know. I don't know what the coaching sheet says.
They did let a lot of time burn down before
right.
on that last sequence, didn't they? Yeah, it gets you. Next week, our Sports Zone Game of the Week broadcast. The Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets hosting the Payson Longhorns at Paul Morrow Stadium. Join us for that 2 weeks from tonight. It's Blue Ridge again. Blue Ridge at Show Low. Blue Ridge at Show Low in 2 weeks. Renew that rivalry. That ought to be a great, great game. Show Low is starting to pick up some steam here as they've re-identified themselves after the loss of Nash Brewer.
Now, Blue Ridge is off this week.
Yes.
They get bye.
They got a bye.
Their bye week.
They did.
Rust up because I'm sure they have some injuries that needed a little healing.
Yeah. I know a guy on the team lives in my house and needs a little healing up. Here's a pass caught. Stay in bounds, and he does. That'll be a nice conversion to help close us out toward the end of this game. A 14-yard pass play, and on the receiving end for the Lobos with his first catch today is Colton Tidwell. Tidwell, the transfer from Show Low, gets his first pass reception. Under a minute remaining now, down to 50 seconds left in regulation.
I'd say now they can go into victory formation.
2 timeouts remain for the Broncos, but they did not spend one on the last play. You don't expect that they would spend another one. Spend one at any point. Take a knee down. And they don't have to snap it again. 40-second play clock so the final 30 seconds will tick off, and Snowflake doesn't have to do anything else except for celebrate a victory. 37-26. In our postgame, we are going to announce the Sports Zone's Player of the Game presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. That ought to be an interesting discussion in the break to figure out who we're going to award that to. Hey, Byron, in all the great history of the Snowflake team, can I throw you one more interesting stat about the Lobos?
Throw it. One more.
You know what the highest single-game passing total is by a quarterback for Snowflake in a single game? What might be a guess?
Total yardage?
Total passing yardage, one single game by a Snowflake quarterback. What do you think it might be?
I'd say 405.
405? Okay. How about this? How about 334?
What?
Yeah, 334. That's it. Porter Caldwell versus Alchese 2002, 334 yards. Second highest total. Caden Cantrell in 2021 against Round Valley, 325. Doesn't it feel like they must have, over the many, many years of this hallowed Snowflake program, they must have had a couple of 400-yard performances somewhere along the line, right?
Well, I was thinking more like a Caldwell or a Cantrell.
Yeah.
Going for big yardage because, as we know, the passing game didn't evolve until the late 2000s. Other than that, it was always, hey, you ran the ball.
Right, exactly.
But, yeah, you would have thought by now they would have had a 400 performance.
It just seems like it. And even especially if you're trying to come back from a couple of touchdowns, down late in the game, right?
And not to bring back bad memories for a local White Mountain team, but I will recall a great first-half performance of a quarterback, Gage Baker, that was 16-16 and had 441 yards and 9 touchdowns in the first half.
In the first half of that game, yeah. Yeah, interesting. And by the way, tonight's quarterback for Snowflake, Brendan Bryant, he finishes the game near his season average. He averages right at about 201 yards or something like that. He finishes with 193 today, 193 for Snowflake. He got that great long touchdown pass. I think it was 71 yards to seal the game on that long, beautiful pass to his teammate Peyton Papa. We'll look at the rest of the stats, the full stats, and we'll find out who we're going to speak to in our postgame. The Sports Zone's Player of the Game, that's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Final score, Snowflake 37, Poston Butte 26. Our postgame is on the way. Stand by, football fans. Our coverage presented by Hatch Toyota.
This is a special savings announcement from Hatch Toyota in Show Low. All new Toyotas have got to go, including 2024 models. And that means big savings for you. Save an extra $1,000 on all new Toyotas. But that's not all. Bring in your trade and receive an extra $1,000 off our written quote. And here's the kicker. Drive payment free for the rest of the year. No payments until January 2024. Hatch Toyota in Show Low is where the action is. Or HatchToyota.com, because these deals won't last forever.
Tired of being tethered to your home or office for a reliable internet connection?
Am I?
Then listen up. Introducing the new 100 gigabyte hotspot plan from Naked Mobile. For $75 a month, you get 100 gigabytes of LTE hotspot data, unlimited talk, and text with unlimited 3G-like data after that. Plus, get the Samsung A12 smartphone when you switch to Naked Mobile today.
Yes, please.
Stay connected wherever you go. No contact, no credit check. Sign up today at nakedmobile.com or your nearest Cellular One store.
The team at Beam & Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
We live in a world of ongoing change, so why not appreciate the things in our lives that remain constant? For more than 2 decades, Joyce Furniture has provided a welcoming Shangri-La that carries the highest quality home furnishings with brands like Paul Roberts, Lazy Boy, Stearns & Foster, and of course, Tempur-Pedic. Discover Joy's timeless handcrafted pieces that have the essence of our beautiful White Mountains. Come in and find that dream piece that will become a presence in your home for years to come. Joyce Furniture. Keep the joy of the mountains in your home.
Win 2 premium tickets to see the king of entertainment, Mr. Garth Brooks, up close and personal at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. An $8,000 value. Thank you, White Mountains, for all your votes. Naming Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint the best auto glass company in the White Mountains. And right now, when you choose us for your insured windshield replacement, you get to pick from 2 delicious steak dinners at Cattleman's Steakhouse and 2 movie tickets. Or full-service car washes at the KK Express Wash, or a $100 gift certificate for window tint. And right now, your name goes in the hat to be drawn for 2 premium tickets to see Garth Brooks live at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, including a room at Caesars Palace and spending money. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
536-597. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass cash back.
Not only does Perkins Cinders dominate site excavation, driveway building, and underground utility installation, they operate cinder pits and mines where they are literally crushing materials year-round. Don't just finish a construction job, crush it. Perkins Cinders, helping you get a load of this.
Football fans, we welcome you back into our coverage of White Mountains football here on the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. And a final score today, 37-26. Snowflake has defeated Poston Butte in a 4A East Sky Region football showdown. Snowflake is now 1-0 in the region. And they like that position, I can guarantee you that. And that's going to be helpful because Snowflake comes into the game ranked number 22 in the state. Byron, it is not at all inconceivable that Snowflake could ascend to the top 16 ranked teams in 4A football between now and the end of the season, especially if they run the table, earn themselves a postseason playoff appearance, even if they don't win the region. If they go, of course, run the table, go undefeated, they'll win the region or get a share of it. And maybe in a tiebreaker, well, no, they'd win it, They'd beat everybody in the region. So the Lobos looking at that. The number 22 ranking that they brought in, unfamiliar territory for Snowflake.
Definitely unfamiliar territory. That's just because of the 2 losses at the beginning of the season. I believe, Floyd, the big game that's on their schedule is Eastmark. I think that's the game that they're going to the team they're going to probably have to play to win their region, the East Sky region. They've got, the teams, Marcus Adiza coming up. They just beat Poston Butte, Apache Junction, but I believe that one right there, Eastmark. Mark that on the calendar. That's going to determine the East Sky region.
October 20th at Eastmark. Snowflake will take on the Firebirds. And, by the way, sandwiched between that one and today's game, Marcos Deniza next Friday. That's here at Snowflake. The Eastmark game on October 20th is at Eastmark. Then on the 27th of October, Snowflake will go to Apache Junction before finishing the season on November 3rd right here at Sierra Linda. Versus Sierra Linda right here at Snowflake. So that's what remains for the Lobos. And they will, of course, be working toward a region championship. That would be the first and foremost thing on their minds. Take a look at the scoring recap on this Snowflake victory. Again, the final score 37-26. Snowflake racked up 385 yards of total offense, ran 52 offensive plays, averaging 7.4 yards per offensive play today, 192 yards rushing and 193 yards passing. You asked for balance, Byron. There's your balance right there.
And that's what you asked for. You, as an offensive coach, you want balance, and that's exactly what you got within 1 yard of each other rushing and throwing. And when you have balance like the Lobos here tonight, it made it difficult to really pinpoint one player to stop. Like, were you going to stop number 28, Turley? Were you going to, try to stop number 2 and put pressure on him to stop the pass? You just didn't know which way it was going to go when you have balance like they did. And how about the Snowflake Lobos? After the first possession of the second half by Poston Butte, they went down, drove down the entire field, scored a touchdown to go ahead 20-16. And what did Snowflake do after that? They scored 21 straight points with that offensive balance.
Yeah, they did. Some more of the numbers for the Lobos. They were never sacked on this night. Intercepted one time. That was the one turnover the team was guilty of. Only penalized 3 times for a total of 20 yards. How about Snowflake keeping it clean all night long tonight? Again, I mentioned the one total turnover. Brendan Bryant was 9 of 17 for 193, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. His leading receiver is our Sports Zone Player of the Game tonight. It's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. That's Peyton Papa. 4 catches, 120 yards, and a touchdown. That was a 71-yard touchdown to ice the game. Peyton also played some great defense as well for Snowflake. A big hero tonight. He picks up the Player of the Game. We'll talk to him in a moment. Other receivers, Canton Turley, 1 catch for 35. Ezra Baum, 2 catches for 18. Colton Tidwell, 1 catch for 14 yards. Carter Rabin, 1 single catch, but that was a 6-yard touchdown. He caught the second of Brendan Bryant's 2 touchdown passes delivered today for Snowflake. Canton Turley had a great game running the ball, 20 carries for 126 and 2 touchdowns. He averaged 6.3 yards a pop. Brendan Bryant showing up with 4 carries for 23 yards today and a long of 19. How about that 19-yard one we saw out of Brendan today? Looking good out there to pick up the first down. Carter Rabin, 11 carries for 43 yards and a touchdown today for Snowflake. I believe we're ready to bring on our Sports Zone's Player of the Game from down on the field and the guy that showed up big, catching and receiving and running after catch for Snowflake all night long tonight. Peyton, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, let's bring him on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, let's bring him on here, everybody. Final score today on the Sports Zone's Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Snowflake 37, Poston Butte 26 as we welcome you and everybody to our post-game coverage. Floyd Simmons and Byron Brown up in the broadcast booth, and the guy on your screen right there is our Sports Zone Player of the Game presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. His name is Peyton Papa. Peyton, congratulations on your team's victory today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we did super good.
And you did great out there, okay? You capped off a great night tonight with a 71-yard touchdown reception in that fourth quarter to help ice this game, put it out of reach for your team. Beautiful pass delivered by Brennan. You beat the defender. There was no safety help over the top, and there was no catching you once you made the catch. Can we talk to you about that? Take us inside that play and talk about the play itself. What's the play call on that? And what were you guys looking at? You just got the turnover, and you guys decided to go for everything right there. So can you walk us through the play?
So I talked to Coach Reddick, and I said, hit me on a backside post because I think I could shake that DB a little bit. And so that's what we did, and I shaked him a little bit. He thought I was going fade, and I was wide open on the post. Brendan Bryant made a heck of a throw, and it was just awesome, great time. Just our team did good, linemen did good. I couldn't do it without the linemen. Our running backs ran great. It was just a great game.
Papa, how? Let's talk about a little bit. Here it is. It's homecoming. You got a big game. You guys are 3-2. You need the victory. It's a region game. What was the mindset going in for you guys here tonight?
Just come out, give 100% every play. Just great effort, and just we can't lose, or just playoffs. We gotta just make it to playoffs, so don't lose, pretty much.
When you're out there and you guys are attacking that defense, what goes through your mind? You guys had some very balanced offense today. I think the running total is 192 yards, and the passing total for the team was 193. It was very balanced today. Coach Reddick called a great game, I thought. What is it you're going through? Are you just always, you want the ball? Are you that kind of receiver that says, hey, listen, I'm open on every play, throw my direction? What's going on with you?
Yeah, I want the ball bad, but we have so many weapons, and I love when my other guys get the ball. Like, it's just great because, I don't know, we get so many yards with other running backs, Ezra Baum, but yeah.
Hey, do me a favor before we let you go, Peyton. Compare this team to last year's Snowflake team. So now as a senior, this is your team, and Brennan, it's your team, all the seniors. This is your guys' team now, a different version of the Lobos. And can you give me a little comparison how you guys do compare to last year's squad that made it to the championship game? And what do you think you guys can accomplish this year?
I just personally think that our offense has more weapons a little bit than last year. So, yeah, and then our defense has been stepping it up pretty damn good. And, yeah, so, yeah.
Pretty dang good for sure, Peyton.
Yeah.
Hey, I remember throwing passes to you when you were a little kid. I don't know if you remember or not.
No, I remember you. Yeah.
You've always had the great hands. You've always been a great athlete.
That explains why he's got the great hands, because he had to catch passes from you. They're not
Coach
very good
Simmons
passes.
helping me.
Yeah, absolutely. They're horrible passes, and you got to have good hands to catch the stuff that he throws you.
Yeah.
Hey, one more thing, okay? All right, the record, Snowflake record, most passes caught in a single game. Do you know who owns that record? Most passes caught in a single game. Who do you think that is? Snowflake record.
Maybe
of all time.
Is it Baum?
It's not Baum. It's not Ezra Baum. In fact, he's not in the top 5. You know who it is? It was a young man back in 2001 against the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, a young man named Bryant Elkins. Bryant Elkins caught 12 passes. I think you know Bryant, don't you?
He tells me that all the time.
Yep, you're a lot like Bryant. A little bit different build, but two great receivers for Snowflake. Hey, Peyton, congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Go enjoy your victory, okay?
Thank you.
All right, Peyton Papa is the Sports Zone's player of the game. It's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Peyton today, 4 catches for 120 yards and a touchdown to help lead Snowflake to victory over the Poston Butte Broncos. And we will continue on, everybody. We get a chance to talk to another. We get a chance to talk to. Oops, let's cut that audio. Talk to another one of these heroes tonight for the Lobos. One of those interior linemen, Ethan Christensen, a team captain, is going to get a chance to join us here now. You all set down there? I think we are. All right. Hey, back in, everybody, to Snowflake High School tonight. A victory for the Lobos. Snowflake has defeated Poston Butte 37-26. And Snowflake, along the way, picks up their 4th win on the season. But more importantly, their first win in the 4A East Sky Region, first region game of the campaign. And joining us now to break it down is one of the interior linemen for this Lobos team, Ethan Christensen, here to join us now. Ethan, congratulations on the big victory for you and the team tonight.
Thank you, Floyd. I really appreciate that. Thanks for being here.
Hey, it's our pleasure, and you guys did not disappoint on homecoming. Can I ask you first about that, about homecoming? And your team, to me, played like distractions weren't an issue, weren't a thing. And some of the guys I've talked to this year, some of the players, including my own son, says that they say that that's a myth, that distractions, homecoming week distractions, aren't a real thing. And you guys certainly looked like you were focused up today.
Yes, sir, definitely. We definitely harp on it, say, we're not focusing on anything else except for this game. Just getting the W this week is the most important thing.
I don't know, Byron, it might be just a coach thing. It might be the coaches that are all thinking that it's a deal, and the players, hey, listen,
well,
another game.
To be honest with you, I'm not sure if homecoming is quite like it used to be back in 1942 when you used to play, and it was a big deal. And it was a distraction. But, nowadays it might not be as much. And Ethan, again, congratulations on the big victory here tonight. And it wasn't just you, but the whole entire offensive line that you guys anchored did a tremendous job winning the trench battle down low. But I'm going to go back to the first touchdown of the game, and that was Turley getting the outside on the right side of the line of scrimmage and scored from, I think it was about 28-yard touchdown. But it was you that was able to provide and seal off that side of the line. You were able to get your guy, seal off, and allow Turley open field. Can you take us back on that play? Do you remember that?
Yes, sir. One of the most important things for our offensive line is getting to second level. Obviously, the defensive line is more important, but getting to second level turns our 5-yard gains into 15 and touchdowns. So we try to just go man on man, and if you're free, then you're going second level, and we just do our part, and Canton did great. And props to Poston Butte as well. They're a great team.
You mentioned Poston Butte, Ethan. Let me tell you what their head coach, Dane Thompson, had to say about the Lobos before the game. I asked him, what do you worry the most about? What is the thing about Snowflake that you guys have to be the most prepared for? And you know what he said? He said it's their offensive line. Their offensive line. You guys with those 50s and 60s numbers. You don't seem to have a lot. Well, I guess you have a 70 or two out there across your line, but it's you guys. How does that make you feel as an unsung hero? The linemen just don't get the kind of attention that the guys like Canton Turley and Brennan Bryant and Peyton Papa, those guys get a lot of attention, a lot of name calling about those guys calling out there in the media and so on. But you guys in the trenches that oftentimes don't get your due, does that give you a sense of pride to hear that an opposing coach coming into the game said it's you guys that really make the Snowflake Lobos go?
It definitely does. That's great to hear. We don't seek attention, but it's always nice when you get a little.
Do you take some pride when your guys like Peyton catches a long touchdown or Canton runs for a touchdown or Carter has a big play? Do you guys take some special pride in that?
Absolutely. Anybody who can make a play, we rally around them, and
so no jealousy?
No jealousy, no sir.
None whatsoever?
We just get in the end zone, most important thing.
So who gets the prettier girls for a homecoming date? The linemen or the skilled player guys?
Oh, it's the linemen all day. Baddies get the baddies.
There we go, baby. There we go. I love it. Hey, last thing, Ethan. Byron was making a comment during the game about the giant big screen TV you guys had on the sideline, had the offensive linemen gathered around. Byron was super jealous. He's like back in his day when he played ball way back in the day. They never had a big screen on the sideline. What's going on down there, man?
Oh, we just after every drive, we come back, we watch film, we break stuff down. We see, how we can change a block scheme here, or on defense, a gap assignment, or get into the alley faster, get into the A-gap faster. So it's definitely helping. The game is changing, and it's changing in our favor.
See, Byron, they're not watching the water boy down there.
No, they should be, but, back in my day, a 42-inch TV, that was like 500 pounds. That was a rock. You weren't putting it on the sidelines.
Well, it really was. You got to really enjoy that, okay? And so do enjoy the win, okay? Ethan, congratulations. You guys deserve this one.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Ethan Christensen, one of those linemen for Snowflake, and you know what? Not just a great lineman. That kid is as smart as they get. Okay, that's a brilliant young man right there, and just a great young guy as well from a top-notch family. That Christensen family, we love them. Well, Byron, there you go, man. That was a big win for Snowflake tonight, and they do it in front of a great crowd. Snowflake showed up on homecoming. The home stands were packed. It was a great night for football tonight.
Yeah, it was a great night for the Snowflake Lobos, and I will say that I've really seen through the years the evolution of the offensive coaching staff and the philosophies and the play calling has been so much getting better and better. You're seeing a lot more, again, balance in the offensive play calling, how they're using people. Before, it seemed like there was really no rhyme or reason as to what the play calling is, but now you're seeing not only balance, but just plays setting up other plays later on in the game. Tremendous job. I want to give kudos to the coaching staff and that of the offensive coaches for the Snowflake Lobos, doing a tremendous job. And just, like I said, a big win here tonight. Gets them to 4-2. It's going to move them up in the power points. But really, they got to take care of business. Don't look too far ahead, but the one game is going to be the East mark.
Listen, the coaching has definitely been elevated, hasn't it? And it's really everywhere. Coaches spend so much time. Snowflake's a great example of that. This coaching staff is as good as you get here in Arizona. But look down the road at Blue Ridge and at Cholo and at Round Valley with Brad Baca and his guys. Coaching just really never been better, in my opinion, out there. And it certainly shows. It showed up tonight. Snowflake got the big win. Final score again, Snowflake 37, Poston Butte 26. Folks, don't forget our next broadcast of the Sports Zone's Game of the Week next Friday night. That one's at Blue Ridge High School. The Yellow Jackets are at home against the Payson Longhorns. And we'll have the action for you right here, part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show, which will start next Friday at 5 p.m. So do plan your Friday around that, would you? And we'll see you again very, very soon. For my broadcast partner, Byron Brown. For the rest of our crew, our producer, Derek Simmons, technical director, Joe Matthews, camera operator, Sean Ulbestad, and our outstanding statistician, the lovely Sonia Simmons. I'm Floyd Simmons. Thanking you for being with us. Folks, we'll see you next time for the Sports Zone's Game of the Week. It's part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. Good night from Snowflake High School.